glow. Shadows in the back streets, preaching on the corner when the sinners and the cracks meet. Bob got the call straight divine on the hotline. Told him gather soldiers, it's your time, hit the front line. Hood full of wounds, we the chosen medics. Turn the block into a clinic where the lost get the credits. Hands on the needy, palms scarred, streets bleed. Spread the gospel and graffiti loves the creed. This the gospel of Bob, we move with the mob. Heaven's army in the hood, we the ones on the job. Sick get healed, broken hearts get sealed. Wage war on the wicked till the truth's revealed. Gold crowns in the grind, thrones in the rubble. We the shepherds of the sheep, turn the jungle to a bubble. Prayers in the air, but the pistol still tucked. Cause evil don't sleep and the devil stay plucked. Street sermons, verses on the curbstone. We break bread with the hurt, no one eats alone. Compassion in the chambers, we loaded and aim. Pull the trigger on the hate, ain't no love in vain. March through the valley, shadows can't touch. Armor made of faith, no blade gon' cut. We feed the hungry, clothe the cold. Every soul we save is a jewel for the foe. This the gospel of God, we move with the mob. Heaven's army in the hood, we the ones on the job. Sick get healed, broken hearts get sealed. Wage war on the wicked till the truth's revealed. Evil runs, but we got it surrounded. Trumpets blow loud and the lost get grounded. Bob leads a charge, loves a sword in his hand. Gospel spread wide till it covers the land.
What up, y'all, man? It's Bob. I don't even know what I'm doing here, to tell you the truth, man. God, the lighting seems kind of weird, man. This Skywalker knows how to do all this stuff. I don't know how to do this stuff. What the hell am I doing up here, man? I just kind of like own the channel. I don't know how to run this shit, man. I'm not Jerry Jones, man. Okay, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. All right, my whole thing is like to have the team and watch the team play. I'm not sitting down there calling in plays, saying run an audible or some shit, man. This is some Skywalker shit, man. I firmly believe, and this is no diss to anyone out there, man, but like, I think the higher your education goes, the more you use your mind and your hands. You see the people at the very top, like they're not actually doing anything with their hands. The vice president of flight operations in my company, he's a pilot, but he doesn't fly much at all. I mean, he flies very minimally to stay current, but he's behind a desk. He has people doing stuff for him. I see it, Nae. What's going on? He is doing stuff for him. I mean, people doing stuff for him, man. I mean, he has like 3 assistants. He's not out here actually doing the work. And there's definitely some honor in hard work. There is. But I think there's something about not doing it if you don't have to. And that's why I look at people like 84 and Art, and I have a lot of respect for those guys because they actually do the legwork here. I don't, man. CT's not going on. I called up CT, and because I never want to go against CT's, when he's doing this stuff. Plus, I'd be watching it anyway. So he's not going on today. So I'm like, well, let's see if we can get the boys together, man, and see if we can do some stuff. It was me, Nae, 84, and somebody else last night. We were looking at the AI videos. These AI videos are, if I can use a New York term, they are mad crazy. They are mad wild. Mad. And so we were looking at these Stephen Hawking videos, man. Man, these people got some creative ways of thinking. Real creative. And I'm like, yo, this is wild, man. We can't, I mean, is this even like, I mean, I know it's legal, but is it like, come on up, man. I know it's legal, but like, it's so mean, it's funny in a weird way, man. They got Stephen Hawkins like doing, like he's going down a racetrack and then going up and doing turns. They got him doing wrestling, man. They got him, spitting game on women. I mean, it's wild, man. This shit is so fucking funny. It's so funny, man. So, um, so I've seen it around Instagram. I've seen it around Facebook. I've seen it around YouTube. And there may be something to that. I think there's a lot of money in AI, and I just got to figure out how to get to it, man. Like AI might be the next Bitcoin, man. I mean, it's that powerful, and if you know how to use it right, I mean, you got people like us, me, Nay, 84, relatively intelligent people, man. Spend hours on that shit, man. Spend hours on it, man. So, uh, I'm gonna start looking around in my off time as much as I can, and start doing the reading about AI and how to use it, because aside from it being funny, I think it can be profitable. And there's nothing like making money while you're just sitting around doing nothing. Some people would argue I do that anyway as a pilot. No, no, no. If you actually saw us in the cockpit, no, we're not sitting there going, "Oh shit, man, this is." But you are doing a fair amount of thinking.
Quit lying.
Okay, see, already, it's already it started. Already it start. Who are you, sir? I don't know who you are. How did you hack into the StreamYard, sir? Who are you?
Lying ass.
Look, so Skywalker, when you're doing 7 miles a minute, and the outside air temperature is -50, and you have, I don't know, you're at what, maybe 350,000 pounds. You would think that the people up front are working hard, and we are. Unlike your people, we are working with our minds. We're not working with our hands. So this idea, though, that pilots just sit up there and do nothing, it may look like that, but if I have 30,000 feet to lose and I'm going 500 miles per hour, I got to figure out, when do I start my descent? Well, it's altitude times 3. All right, I got to do that, and then it's 1/2 your ground speed. You don't even know what that means. I do, because I had to learn that shit, man. If I got 30,000 feet to lose, all right, that means I have to start my descent at what, 90 miles out. How did I do that? 30 times 3. Okay, that's
It's
90,000.
90,000.
You knock off the 3 zeros. So at 90 miles, I have to start my descent. If I'm going 500 miles an hour, I got to divide that by 2. That gives me 2,500. So at 90
45.
miles, excuse me?
45. 90 miles divided by 2, 45. So what?
No,
Then what?
no, no. If you didn't, you get yours. If I'm going 500 miles per hour, if I divide that by 2, what is that?
500, 250.
Right. So you add a 0. So that means I have to do a
2,500.
2,500. I have to do a 2,500 foot per minute descent 90 miles out.
So 90 miles, you have to be 90 miles out before you start your descent. And on your descent, you have to do 2,500
Foot per minute.
from, okay.
So you take the altitude you have to lose times 3. Okay, so let's say 33,000 feet of altitude I have to lose.
It's 11,000, right?
Take the
But that's
altitude,
times 3. That's 99.
right. So at 99 miles out, I got to start my descent. If I'm doing 600 miles an hour, altitude times 3, ground speed divided by 2. So 600 miles an hour divided by 2 is 300.
300.
Add a 0. So at 99 miles out, I got to do 3,000 foot per minute descent. Does that make
And
sense?
that's how a minute you said?
Yes. 3,000
So
feet.
90 miles out, 3,000, 90 miles out, that would be like, I'd take it like what, 10 minutes, 11 minutes to land?
600 miles an hour, and depends on 600 miles an hour. So that's what, 10 miles a minute. So if I'm 90 miles out,
9 minutes.
nine, yes. Now you factor in things like winds. You got to slow down. You can't be faster than
All right. Well, we just make it
just
measured
raw,
on the base.
just
Just measured
raw.
on the base, there'll be 9 minutes. I was off by 2 minutes. Okay. My bad.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know
but
how to break it down like you. The way I'd break it down is just I'd have to look at it. You know what
hello,
I mean?
RLM. RLMA, what's up? Yes, yes, but people like you who look like people like me and say, "Well, Bob, you're not doing shit." And I'm thinking to myself, well, listen here, bud. Uh, I am looking at the onboard computer. The onboard computer is doing the algorithm and uh, you know, essentially telling the airplane, the autopilot to go down. But I have to monitor this. I have to back this up, man. And
Yeah.
oh my, mind you, the computer sometimes is slow. It lags. It doesn't account for wind. It doesn't account for temperature. It doesn't account for a number of things that I, as the pilot, have to figure out. Now, you're not going to see me flying an airplane physically as much, but I am going through those calculations in my head. You know, I'm just doing it in style. What are you looking at, man?
I'm sending something to y'all.
Okay.
You and Art.
So, someone. Oh shit. Okay.
Um,
All right.
but let me see.
Okay.
Hold up. I'm put this in. All right, you see what I just
Yeah.
texted you? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But you just whatever. See that? Look that on your own time.
Yeah. Well, I got you. I got you, man.
So what
Interesting.
is the highest that you would have? What is the what? How would I put this? Airport wise, airport coming in, landing in the airport. What is the highest descent that you have to start off from an airport? On is it the same on every airport? Or is it different? Basically, what I'm saying. What's the highest? Okay, so when you're coming in to land, you're always going to be at the same height when you're coming in to land, no matter what airport you're at.
You mean the initial altitude?
Yeah,
No, I could
yeah, like
be
huh?
I could be at 30,000, 31,000, 32,000. Is that what you mean?
Yes, but when okay, so you know how you just now said you're going 600 miles an hour. You
Mhm.
divide that, but then you have to be 90 miles out. You have to descend by 3,000 a minute. You know what I mean? Whatever,
Uh-huh.
right? Okay. So, is there certain airports that when you come in, your descent is higher than other airports? Where it starts off at?
When you say descent, you mean like
Yeah, when you're 30, when you're 90 miles out and your descent starts 90 miles out.
mhm.
Is it the further out or does it go the higher? Does the altitude go higher when you descend? I don't know how to I don't know how to explain it.
I think I know what you're saying. No, I mean the
All
rules
right,
of
so
thumb.
say if you're coming into Denver Airport, right? Your descent is going to be 100 miles out. Is that the range? Is the distance is going to be, or is it going to are you going to be higher up in the air than you would be coming into Miami? You know what I mean? If
Because you're
you're
saying
coming in, say if
Denver's
you're coming,
Denver's a mile high up. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah. So like, say if you're coming into, man, I don't know how to explain this shit to you. You're a goddamn pilot, and you don't know what the hell I'm saying. I don't
No,
need to
no, no,
listen.
no, 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 no.
All
This
right.
is good.
So different parts of the country. Okay, so say if you're coming into Memphis Airport, right, and then rather coming into Tampa Airport. Just say like let's just use them, right?
Yeah.
So when you coming into Memphis Airport, does it the factor in of how much planes are coming in, where your descent starts, or how high you are, how far you're out, or what? How does it? What's the difference between them two airports, or is it nothing?
Uh, there's a difference in every airport, if you will. The altitude that you start at determines the mileage that you generally have to start down.
Okay.
That is a raw number, though. That's just a rule of thumb. Every airport has different highways, if you will, in the sky to come in. You know, and along those highways, there may be certain altitude restrictions that don't neatly comply with what the rule of thumb that I gave you.
Okay.
All right.
All
So
right.
it's tailored to each airport.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, so when you're on, does different planes fly at different altitudes? You know what I'm saying? So I know they do, but
Mhm.
you're say if you're leaving from here and you got a plane leaving from Tampa to Memphis, but you have a plane come from Memphis to Tampa at the same time, is one going to be higher than the other? Will y'all fly over each other? Will y'all see each other? How
Mhm.
does it happen?
So all planes flying west fly at, was it east people are odd? All planes flying west fly at a odd altitude. They fly to even.
37,
They fly.
37,000 miles.
What's the word?
37,000 miles in there.
E-
But if you're coming from
These
west to
people
east,
are
you're
odd.
30, 38. Okay.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
All planes flying west fly to even altitude. All planes flying east fly at an odd altitude.
Okay.
So I'll see guys crossing above me going the other way, and they're 1,000 feet above me. So if I'm flying Tampa to Dallas, that's flying west.
Mm-hmm.
I may be at 30,000 feet, 32,000 feet, 34, 36, so forth and so on. If I'm flying Dallas to Tampa, I'll be at 31, 33, 35,
So
37.
you basically rule of thumb, y'all give a 1,000 mile buffer
It's a
of
1,000 mile. Yep.
between the okay.
They call
Okay.
it a thousand feet vertical separation, and it's
Okay.
10 miles in trail. So we're all 10 miles apart, give or
And
take.
you can't once you get on that flight path, you can't do nothing. You can't come off that flight path unless it's emergency or unless it's you're about to come for your descent, and that's when you come and start really taking over. I know you just don't
Yeah,
press buttons. I know that. I just joke around with you. I know
I
that.
know, man. I know
I
that.
know I couldn't go in there because there's too goddamn much buttons anyways. Even if it was just pressing buttons, which button? You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? So you got I'm saying so. But I know for the most part when you're coming in for the descent, that's when you're gonna put your little announcement in, get ready, buckle up, whatever, get y'all's
Yeah,
ass in y'all seat. We're going down, basically. Just a
sure.
little
Uh,
bit
that's a
nicer.
way of saying. That's a way of
Yeah,
saying. Yeah,
a little nicer, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You could have had me as your co-pilot. You would have to do the announcements because I would tell them to shut the fuck up and sit down. Oh, my bad, you too. But yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit more refined than you are. But understand something. There are highways in the sky, if you will, that we fly. And you don't really deviate from those highways. You can ask to deviate from them if there's weather along the highway, like if there's a car wreck, you want to go around it.
Yeah.
That's like a weather. You ask for it, but you just don't turn unless it's an emergency. You just don't turn off the highway.
Yeah.
And air traffic control, which is monitoring us, also has weather, and they see all the traffic information. They see everything, so they'll tell us sometimes, to turn maybe 20 degrees off course because they have a guy that's climbing or another guy's coming the other way that needs to right away and things of that nature. So
Do
it's
you
it's a Mhm.
do you fly the single plane, the single what the prop planes or whatever they call them, the single engine or the
I
double
don't.
engine?
I
You-
don't.
Do you know how to?
Yes,
All right. Okay.
but that's
We're
where I
gonna take
started from. But
we're gonna
no,
take
no,
we're gonna
I'm
take a
not.
trip to Columbia.
You want me to fly to Columbia, Mississippi?
No, 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 no. Columbia, Columbia.
I don't do drugs.
Who said anything about drugs? You know what? Your mind is just like
Okay, why would I go to Columbia? What's in
I
Columbia?
don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you want to pick something up. Maybe
All
I
this
know you
work
crip
I've.
walk. You know what I mean. So you know what I'm.
So that means I'm a drug runner.
Hey, maybe you crip walk. You went to jail. You crip walk. You know you might be undercover the
So
other way.
if I want to
You
be
might be
Mexican,
the undercover the other way. You know. you do look kind of Cuban now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. You do look. If you learn how to speak Colombian, you can fit in.
If I look Cuban, if I know how to speak Colombian, I can fit in. I can fit into Cuban or Colombian.
Yeah, you'd be either one. Either one.
I do not look Cuban. I do not. No.
Man, you look. Yeah, you look. Maybe Dominican. Maybe.
I've gotten mistaken for Brazilian. Okay.
There you go. So you could be in one of them: Dominican, Brazilian, Colombian, or Cuban.
You know, the white
I have
people have to
seen.
go. The white people don't have to go through this. No one looks
Listen.
at a white person and says, you can fit in for being German. I mean, why is it we always are trying to like de-Americanize niggas?
You could be American.
Well, yeah,
If
thank
you're
you.
born here.
I think I
Yeah,
look
you're
American.
born here. You could be Cuban and still be American. Yeah.
But
I
you
done
don't look
seen
at Bill and say you could be Czechoslovakian.
man, Bill can be German now. He could be German.
But you don't say that to Bill. You never said to a
Maybe
white person, you
Ukrainian.
know what? You could fit in for a Russian. You've never said that to any white person.
I feel someone getting in their feelings. This interview has went sideways, y'all. I'm sorry about that. You know, sorry about that.
No, but you'll say to an Asian person, you can fit in for Chinese or Japanese. But
I
you never say
actually,
you never say it to a cracker.
the Taiwanese, Chinese, Japanese, any of the knees, you can't tell. You know, well, you're gonna get a struck, damn it.
Absolutely, you can tell.
Man.
Absolutely, you can tell. Now, I had to live over there to see it, but you can tell. You can tell. You can tell. You can
Come
tell.
on now.
I can tell. I can tell.
Maybe the Japanese, because they look more European than the other one. You know what I'm saying? But all the other ones, even in Thailand.
All right, but I'd like to get back to the point that you. No, don't give me that. You think Thailand women? Do you think Thai women are good looking?
No. I said they all look alike. We're not talking about the women. We're talking about in general, the population.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an off ramp here. Does a Frenchman look like a German?
A what?
Does a French person look like a German person?
Yeah, they all look
Okay.
alike.
And
Swiss. Italians look like they were left out in the sun too long. And they don't know which way they have to go. But if I would say Italians look more like Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what gets me? You ever seen someone from Turkey?
No, but I'm pretty sure they look more like Italian too.
Turkish people.
Actually, I have seen Turkish, but you know, you got different colors in every race, so sometimes you can't tell.
They look more European than Arab, but you could see that they don't look entirely European. It's kind of interesting. That's a very interesting place, by the way, Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah.
If I was going on a out of country vacation, where would be a place would you recommend?
All things being equal.
Somewhere you ain't got to worry about getting kidnapped. You know what I mean? Price is like reasonable. I'm not saying like, you know, you can spend $2 for a $100 meal or nothing like that. I ain't trying to go like that. You know what I mean? But it could be reasonable, like here. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah. Well, I guess them are the two main things. You know.
I think not being kidnapped is a good one. I was thinking something a little bit more, but okay. We'll start with that.
I think that's like the main one: kidnapped or deleted.
Okay. So there goes Africa. Singapore. Singapore is probably heaven on earth. That is the most beautiful city I've ever seen. I've never seen any place so clean. I've never seen so many people. Yes. The people, I've never seen so much order. I've never seen people so kind. Singapore is amazing, man. Singapore is like you take every nice, well-disciplined person you can think of and put them in a little city. and it's amazing. I've never seen so many children to like high schoolers who had good manners, who didn't mess up anything. Um, the lawns are perfectly mowed. There's no dirt, no trash anywhere. Uh, Everyone's a professional. Um, my God, it is absolutely. You look at the place and you wonder, is this really like Earth? I recommend Singapore. The healthcare is, I mean, just everything, man. I'll give
What?
you perfect. Go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead. No, no, no. I'm listening to you because
Uh,
I've never been nowhere.
I give you a perfect example. I was over there and I needed some more. I needed some more pages in my passport. All right, this is when I was living in Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, I had to go to the American consulate. You know, it may take a couple days. They do it. I went to Singapore. I just happened to mention it. The lady was escorting us. She says, "I can take your passport and get it for you." I was like, "Well, we're leaving, you know, tomorrow." And she was like, "I'll have it. I'll have it in 10 minutes." Gave her the thing. She went wherever. Boom, boom, boom. Got the passport. Got stamps and all that stuff. Everyone is professional. Everyone gets the job done. No one complains. Um, I, Imagine customer service is perfect. All right.
That sounds nice.
And so they
No
have,
attitude. No attitude.
oh, no.
No attitude.
So they have Christians, that's the biggest religion, but then they have Muslims and Hindus. All right. They the leaders of each of the religions invite other religious leaders to their, like, you'll Muslims will go to a Christmas thing. All
Yeah.
right. Hindus will go to a Muslim thing, man. And it's a way for them to make sure that they keep the peace. It's amazing. Like, God,
That's why. Why wouldn't like? I just now one thing I can say. This is me. Maybe you know what I'm saying. I guess some people would agree. But to do funny activity, I can. You know what I'm saying. Like really don't care. Don't need nothing about. It. But other than that, everything else. Why can't you like? It, like okay, I don't believe in what you believe in. You don't believe in what I believe in. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But at the end of the day, let's leave it at that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Go back to doing whatever the hell we are gonna do. Hang out, chill, be friends, uh, keep the peace, basically. You know what I mean? But then you got all these people. I don't know. These people are going crazy.
So the
Like
guy
this.
that's go ahead.
Go ahead.
The guy that started Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, he was he integrated the Western legal system, that like a Chinese kind of like patience culture, and something else he did. He combined all that, and he was like a very soft dictator. But he never had murals of himself.
Yeah.
Uh, his own kids went to public school. I mean, he never did anything to make him say, "Look at me." But he kind of ruled it with an iron fist. But his iron fist was, as long as you don't mess up anything, no one's gonna come after you, man. You know, we're not talking about you need to believe everything I believe, but
Exactly.
don't fight. None of this no public order stuff. You know, don't litter. Just basic decency shit. Place is immaculate, man. Place is
Bob, I
immaculate.
was gonna come up here because right, I was in the process of when you said that CT wasn't going live.
Hmm.
I talked to my old lady and told her I was about to go live. So I know what I'm saying if she had anything, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I was in the process of doing the thing, the thumbnail, right? But earlier I seen a video of a 98. How old were you in 98?
I was 23.
Before cell phones. It was a great time.
It was.
But this was, see, I can't even say, see, I couldn't even, I'm gonna show you the video. It's a little 40-second video, but you can relate to it. But these are like in high school and these are like whatever, you know what I mean? But like, if you see how these people are and you see how they are, not like they were outside. If you wanted to record, we had to go and pick that big ass thing up and record. And you know what I'm saying? You still had to be outside, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they don't do that nowadays. I'm gonna show
No.
this shit right quick. Because I thought about it. I was like, man, these were the good times. You know what I mean?
Break it down.
We don't even get this shit nowadays. Look at this.
Yeah, I've seen these. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna play it. Look at this shit. Having fun. Look at this shit. Hanging out. Last days in school before cell phones. That's how you had to record. That's how
I
you
remember
had to
that.
Yeah, man. That's how you had to do things back in the days. Now, that shit ain't like that no more. You got Naezus.
Oh,
Shit ain't like that
I
no
sound
more.
disappointed. You sound disappointed when I came up. Hello,
No,
Bob.
I was just telling Naezus because I said I had to take the thing down.
I have a question
up,
for
Nate?
Bob. Hello. Hi, Sky. Good afternoon. I have a question for Bob. I wrote in the chat room, but I think you're busy doing other things, so I came up to ask. Bob, what is one airport you never flew out or into in America?
Oh, a popular one, LaGuardia.
I'm sorry, Bob. My audio went out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, LaGuardia. I have been a
LaGuardia,
passenger.
and that's like the biggest one, ain't it? Or one of the biggest ones?
LaGuardia is fairly busy, but I have never, as a pilot, I have never flown into or flown out of LaGuardia.
LAX is the busiest one, right?
Atlanta.
In the country, or which one is it?
Atlanta, then Chicago. Yeah,
Let me ask you this. I know it's gonna be a crazy one, and I know you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You probably gonna think I don't believe it. I'm just wondering because it's curiosity. You know what I mean? Denver Airport, is that shit like that shit's bullshit? What they be saying about Denver Airport? How they be having secret tunnels underneath it and shit like that? I know. Even if you probably, you know what I'm saying, you probably wouldn't have been able to be in the them type of sections, but man, the videos that people make of them shits are crazy as hell.
Obviously, I haven't. Okay, so I haven't signed the NDA saying I know stuff about going on at Denver Airport, just like I didn't sign an NDA saying I know the Earth is flat. But I will say Denver Airport has made fun of the stereotype. They have like statues of like weird stuff.
That shit's crazy.
But I think they're making fun of the fact that people believe that stuff. I don't know if anything. I don't know, man.
But from what I know, I guess they have that shit in there before everybody started talking about that type of stuff. Like I'm talking about, there's been some crazy shit, like about like there's a monster or something that's in the I don't, you know what I mean? I don't believe that shit. You know what I mean? But like I know they won't let you take pictures by the Blue Horse. I've seen people like vlogging and stuff try to take pictures by them, and the security guards will come and tell them to get away. They can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, that's starting to get into conspiracy theory. You know how I think about that.
Yeah.
It would be an interesting place to put something, I guess, underneath an airport, but I just yeah. So, yeah,
I think shit, airports got tunnels. I believe that. Shit, here in Tampa, I guess they're doing some construction, and they just now found some underground tunnels in Tampa.
Aren't there a lot of underground tunnels all over America?
Yeah, but you wouldn't think
I believe that.
You wouldn't think it would be in Florida, though. You know what I mean? Shit, but
First of all, that's a shithole state. Of course, there's a bunch in Florida.
What's wrong with Florida?
A lot of
this
things.
rat infested shit over there that she's talking about.
I never said I disagreed. You just need to come to terms that
Florida
Florida has
not
the
a shithole.
worst
Florida is
headlines
ever. Florida is wonderful, beautiful. Look, right now it feels so good outside. So good.
You got alligators, dog shit everywhere.
You ain't never seen them? They're friendly. What are you talking about? I can show you.
Why were they friendly? You ever pet an alligator
I can show you
before?
plenty of videos of them, the alligators coming up on boats and the people petting them and them closing their eyes like they feel so good and shit.
You're a liar. You've never.
I can show you. Not me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be the idiot that does it. I'm talking about people in Florida.
Skywalker, your residents out there are on bath salts. You forgot about the guy that took bath salts, butt ass nigga, and ate another man's face and ass.
Man, that
is such a reckless state. Yes, it did. It happened like over 10 years ago.
I said that's not the only place it happened here. That was bath salts. We had
No, I never heard it
hey,
anywhere
but
else.
we get what's up, blacks? We get rid of our problems. You know what I mean? Or you know what? I
And
can't
you
even
keep
say that.
creating the
You
new
know what? You know
problems.
what? I'm ashamed of Florida
I don't
today.
hear nothing. I'm
I'm
out.
highly ashamed of Florida. Hold up. Oh, she done left. Bob, I'm highly ashamed of Florida.
Why are you highly ashamed of
In
Florida,
Orange
bro?
County, if I'm not, hey, think it is in Orange County, they let a rapist out. You know what I mean? Like they like he's I guess he just got found, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get found guilty, nothing. They gave him a real low bond to get out. And you know, like we the state that's hard on crime and shit. What the fuck is that shit?
Orange County is which city?
Or in Orlando. Let me see
Okay.
if I can find it. And they dropped the charges of Luigi Mangione, the terrorist charges. You seen that shit?
Yeah, well, briefly I
Which
heard
I
something
guess
about it.
I guess whatever, as long as they talking about giving him 25 the life. Now they need to give him the death penalty.
Yeah, the chair, man. Give him the chair. I know well, you guys got, I think, Sheriff Brady in Polk County. I love watching his videos. He's the one that
Oh
always
man, that
pulls
dude
out.
don't even. I know there's another sheriff. I forgot what county he's in. He's the one that told the person that shot at someone that broke into the house, "What's up, sire?" They broke into the house, right? And the other the the homeowner tried to run. I guess they ran. They thought they were going to get in trouble. The police said, "No, we're not looking for you to arrest you. We wanted to give y'all some fighting,
Hey, I remember that.
some gun lessons."
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm back. Hello, Sky. Hello, Bob.
What's up?
What
Now
were you
you keep
saying,
running
Sky?
out. You keep running out on us. What's going on, man? You keep.
First time was an audio issue. Second time was another audio issue, but Skywalker was just talking bullshit, so I had to leave.
About what?
Whatever
I
shenanigans
wasn't
you was ready
talking
to plan
bullshit.
out.
No, Florida. No, this dude. They let this dude out.
Oh yeah.
Not,
No. I'm
not
talking about
necessarily let him out. I'm not gonna say let him out,
they
but
dropped terrorism charges.
that yeah,
Luigi Marciano.
not that dude. I'm talking about in Florida. Some dude got some grape charges, and they gave him a low bond. And we're supposed to be the
That's
state that's hard
crazy.
on crime.
Like I said, Florida's a shithole.
No,
Hold
well,
up,
Nate,
man.
hold on, man. Now Florida is
Don't
beautiful.
try that.
The weather, the people. I mean, New York is kind of,
So is
they love
Jamaica.
down here, man. What are you talking about?
Jamaica's a shithole. Okay, all right,
It's
all right.
beautiful in some parts, reckless in a lot. A lot of
No, you
others.
just hating, eh?
I'm not
You
hating. I
just
love
hating.
Jamaica. I just take the bitter with the sweet.
You just hating on Florida.
No, I actually
That's
thought
all
about
it is.
moving out there. Then remembered all the headlines.
Okay,
Or what
so Nate,
But
headline?
Nate, I mean, you seem pretty New York. Could you really live anywhere else
yes,
with other New Yorkers, though?
yep. New York is not the same, Bob. I was just listening to the Curtis Slowa, which is basically a guy running for mayor, the Republican, and he reminded me on how New York is not the same. Everyone's a fucking immigrant here. That's super real. Ever since like 2015, they all started flooding in. I'm seeing all these new people. So that old New York that we all prided on is dead. It's no longer here. So that's why I could see myself leaving New York because it's not the same back in 92, 98, even 2008, 2006. After 2015, it was pretty much over. We lost what makes us New York. That's why I can leave. Plus, I want something quiet. I'm ready for something like very chill, very quiet. I'm getting older. Like I
Yeah,
realized, like I could create my own noise. I could create my own chaos. I don't need any
yeah.
other chaos that's here. So I'm ready to go.
The older I've gotten, the farther away I wanted to get from the city. I completely understand it. My younger years, man, I had to be around the concrete jungle. Now I'm like, you know what? I don't need the city as much, man. So,
You really don't, because like New York was known for their fashion, and obviously I'm into fashion. You go order all that online now. Everyone that have fashion studios, houses here in New York, first of all, the rent is too damn high. The taxes are too damn high. You're gonna get more of a bang of a buck if you produce another business outside of New York. Like I work for Walmart. I don't do retail. I do vendor. So the corporate office is in Arkansas. You would think it will be in New York because they work with designers. They really don't want to outsource and have their offices in New York. It will kill the overhead. It will kill the overhead being here in New York. So they decided to stay in Wally World in Arkansas. And they getting a bang for their buck running a business that is an A-list account. You already know that that business is worth more than Gucci. People don't look at their net worth. Walmart is one of the big niggas of the world. Let's put it that way. All right, go ahead. I'm going to do my next set.
No, that's cool. No.
Okay.
Hey guys, right quick, I'm putting this up here. Check that out. Bob Skywalker Art, The Gospel of Bob. Make sure you go over to that channel and just subscribe. That's our backup channel. We're trying to get that up and running. So in case something happens to this channel, God forbid, we have another channel up and running. So please subscribe to Bob Skywalker Art, The Gospel of Bob. 84 wants to say something. I can see it.
Don't hit that link though.
But don't hit the link.
Unless-
Yeah.
Unless
Unless you want to come up.
Go ahead.
All right. I was thinking my people are smart enough to recognize that, but no. Okay,
Yeah.
84. I'm sorry. Okay.
You gave me the wrong link. That's not the link.
That's very interesting, man. I know people are leaving New York.
Yeah.
When I think of New York, inevitably I think of Manhattan. I don't know if you were describing Manhattan or are you just describing all the boroughs.
I'm describing all the boroughs, all of them, all five boroughs. It's not the same. Even though I don't really be in the other boroughs that much, I'm mainly in Manhattan and the Bronx. But given the nature and the population, how I see the coast is different. I'm seeing niggas stepping outside with chancletas, no Timbs. I'm like, where's my real New York people at? They're no longer out here. So that's how I know throughout all the 5 boroughs, it has changed and not for the better. So anyone that want to tell you like New York, we that shit, no. I'll be the first to tell you, no, we're
I'm
not.
gonna show you what y'all need right here.
Oh,
Let me
boy.
see.
What do we need?
What?
Zaire.
No, these if I can find it, what these people are thanking Memphis. These people in Memphis are thanking the what's you ain't seen this yet?
No.
I ain't seen this. All these
When I
people
hear Memphis,
thanking,
my face gets messed up. But they're thanking Trump. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're thanking well, you could say Trump, but they're thanking all the people being in there, the troops and shit. You know what I mean?
Let me see what you got. You got
Yeah.
Memphis accent.
And look who it is. Look who they all are.
There's been over 380 arrests made in Memphis, Tennessee in just a little bit over a week.
I done walked to the store, y'all got me a bag of ice. I ain't walked to the store in about 20 years.
Boy, I tell you what, Memphis is a madhouse. The National Guard's done made 300 arrests, done taken 300 criminals off the street, and found like 9 missing children.
Ever since 12 and Trump done came to Memphis, I ain't heard no gunshots at night.
You know, for the first time in 5 years, my kids have been able to play in the backyard and be able to do it comfortably.
An assist in Memphis says she's grateful because the last 2 weeks it's been quiet, it's been peaceful. Her kids have been able to play. And y'all have a problem with that? It's becoming real clear who the enemy is.
Yeah.
Listen, I saw a couple of wild immigrants across the street from my fucking job. Ooh, I heard. See, they get me mad. I'm sorry. But I've seen a couple of wild ones out there just menacing. This one booger bandit was blowing his nose, literally over his knees, blowing his nose, letting it spray out. Across the street from my job, and I work in Midtown. I don't work in a hood. I work in Manhattan. So it's like, you see all these goons. One's blowing his nose out in the air. Like, this shit could have landed on someone's sneaker. Like, this is the stuff that people are ignoring. Oh, they need a place to stay. They can go back home if they need a place to stay. That's why I'm at with it. And if he's really that concerned, like I tell everyone, why don't you open up your house and give up your resources?
I ain't gonna do that.
Ain't no way. They're not going to do it. They're disingenuous. I rest there.
But yeah, here's the thing. You can answer this later. I know you got to do your work, but I'm just thinking. When I think of New York, I think of a whole town of immigrants. But it sounds like the immigrants of past kind of integrated into the New York way. They didn't bring their own culture with them.
No, they brought everything, including their wardrobe, everything. The kitchen sink too. I know this one girl. I shared it in Discord. Not sure if you've seen it.
Kitchen sink.
But there was this one girl I podcasted with many years ago with Star. I found out her mother died because of an immigrant. What happened was this. They were living in a 3-story home as her mom. One of them did the most known, irresponsible American thing you can do. left the space heater on. Left the
Okay.
space heater on. She saw nothing wrong with it. The mother didn't get burnt up badly. I saw her hands were burned, but she went brain dead and then she passed. Or they let her go. Not sure exactly the particulars. But the fact that you're bringing people that you're not vetting, you're not sure if they're even safe or even mindful about their surroundings, what we have here in this nation, and then you just want to sweep it under a rug. Oh no, because if that was my mom, I'm sending them all home in a burrito. No offense, Skywalker, but I'm sending them all home in a burrito. That's a whole fact. And the reason why I say that is because
84.
they come from South America. I'm sorry.
Why you gotta talk about
That was the
burritos,
story.
man? You like eating burritos? Shit.
Oh yeah, I love Tex-Mex. You're right. I love Tex-Mex. But I'm sorry, it just happens. It may not be Mexican, but we all know they're bean jumpers. They're
No, they
hopping.
just
Come
not.
on.
Look, look. This see, Florida is talking about they're pouring all these Indians down here, right here. Look,
See,
Indians.
it's gonna smell like
yeah,
Indians?
curry.
damn right.
See, they're
Get
gonna
them up
curry
out
up
of here.
all the alligators, all the
Where's it at?
crocodiles.
I just seen that shit.
Are these Indians from India or Indians from Canada that come down and don't come back?
It don't matter. Get them up out of here. We don't care. We getting them up out of here. The mass deport. Look, Florida Republicans call for mass deportation of Indians. Get them up out of here. Shit.
Absolutely, I agree.
See, my thing is, if you're gonna come to America, man, just assimilate, man. Why would you want to bring your own culture with you? I mean, I could see doing that, on holidays or behind closed doors. Maybe you want to do some stuff, but I mean, we speak English here. I mean, we have certain customs here, and it's worked, and you seem to like it. So why would you come over and try to destroy it?
I agree.
There's a guy, I guess I don't know what kind of company he runs, but it's a Spanish dude. He got his own company. He got a little TikTok going on or a little short. He's talking about how all the illegals are gone and these lazy Americans don't want to do the job, this and that, da 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 da, right? And my thing is, okay, I'm not saying he's wrong, I'm not saying he's right, but maybe if you would not if you would have been hiring Americans from the get, you wouldn't have this problem right here. You know what I'm saying? But no, you want to save some money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, the
Right.
immigrants are
Now,
so silly. Yeah,
now,
sorry, Scott, my bad.
now he's threatening people with, oh, come and get a job. You can apply to plenty of applications. But if you don't meet the standard, I'm firing you on the spot. And basically calling people, you know what I'm saying? Basically talking shit about people. You know what I mean? Like nobody wanted to work for that shit. You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't want to work for a damn you know what I mean? Just because I don't know how to do it like your last fucking employees did. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to fire me on if I don't do it right the first time. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that don't make no sense.
See, if the illegals were smart, they will assimilate and know their rights and know what they're worth living in this nation. You could go.
If they were smart, should have goddamn hired some goddamn illegal.
No, you gotta understand. You have people that ain't got a place to live here. They just see an opportunity. They come up. They'll take whatever. You can hand them a jar with pissing in it and call it pickle juice. They're gonna take it because it's something. It's something. So they're gonna take that something and make the best of it. Meanwhile, if they understood minimum wage, they would know their worth. Like, hey, whatever I'm doing, I can whatever state he lives in. I get paid $15 an hour to do and get 3 times what I thought my worth was in America. But again, they decided to be ignorant, not assimilate, not learn the laws of the land, and now they're getting kicked out. And we don't know what ICE does with them at the end. Not my concern, but it's like protect your own neck. They're not thinking about that. They're ready to throw a 40-yard pass of their child across the border so they can be in America.
Oh, nay,
That's
come
dangerous.
on. Nay.
I'm sorry, I'm poetic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's an AI graphic or something, man. You got immigrants with catapults throwing the kids over, man, and like,
Ay, caramba.
I will say this, man. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, man. I look at some of these like these how much money these companies make. Like Amazon's making all kinds of crazy money, and Walmart, and I'm like, okay, man. All right, so you made 80 billion this quarter. Can you just make 60 billion and maybe pay your people a little bit more? I mean, do you need the extra 20? Do you need the extra 20 billion that much that you can't pay American workers a little bit more? And I'm a capitalist too, man. But this is
These
bad.
Americans are too lazy. I'm gonna pretend to be a business, a $1 billion business, in response to what you just said. These Mexican Americans are too lazy. I have a couple of MFers down at the border, that's willing to do whatever it takes to be up here. You know what? I'm gonna
You know
take
what
these.
they should do?
Hey,
You know
can
what
you
the
let her
company should
finish?
do?
Thank you, Skywalker. Can I finish?
What?
I am going to give this person $4.15 and a half sandwich, and they are guaranteed will take that position. You Americans fend for yourself or go to the next business. Because
You know what they should
I
do?
don't believe there's a such thing as too much money. I'm Scrooge McDuck. And
Oh
that's how
shit.
most of these businesses are. They may have a certain percentage of overhead that they don't want to go underneath. But of course, if the overhead is capping at 80%, because nothing is 100, they've reached 95. That's even better. They want to make sure they're in a safe zone. Because look, the inflation came up, everything went up. Guess what? The overhead got knocked down a bit. But it was enough to keep certain people afloat in the business.
Yeah.
Walmart, we didn't go nowhere. I was working throughout the whole 19 season. So I was able to work from home because I have a big nigga account. I work with Walmart. So Walmart will look for people at the board. Like, do you want $4.15 and a half a sandwich for this job? They're going to say yes. So I'm not going to serve you lazy ass Americans for $15 an hour. What do you want to do? Be on TikTok in my warehouse, playing with boxes and whatnot? That's just how most people think. Stand there.
84, go ahead.
The bitches should have to pay. The people that want that to happen will pay for them to come in the country and get it right, the right way. You know what I mean? That's what they should have to do. And if they don't have the right paperwork, the company should be held accountable. It should be like $50,000 for each head that they got illegal.
Sounds like a perfect world, Sky, but you know winners cheat.
Oh no, actually it's already, they just don't enforce it. There's a penalty, they just don't enforce it. They're started to now. There's always been a penalty, they just don't enforce it. That's all.
Do you know winners cheat?
When?
They should get bankrupt
All the
if
time.
they don't enforce it.
Not everyone, but most of the time. They find loopholes in the business, whether it's business, gaming, or whatever. Not a lot of people play fair, Sky. That's just the game we play here in
Listen,
America.
if that mother has illegals, not no damn legals, illegals, bankrupt their ass, take their money. Damn that.
I hear you. You don't want to bankrupt a company if you have also good people working there too much, because then they lose their business. I mean, you don't want that. But if I may say so, but I do think there is something to. I kind of believe in humiliation as a great way of getting things done. I mean, make the CEO of the company put his name on like some billboards or something like that. Like, you know, I believe that exposing people, sunlight is the best disinfectant. Expose people for what they're doing, man. This company, pays this much to their employees. Or this company has been cited this many times. Kind of like what do they do if you like children the wrong way? They have like a database or something.
Yeah, watchdog.com. They will have you registered as a sex offender.
I do believe that if you're a CEO of a company and you're doing some foul stuff, man, you should have a tattoo on your head, something to let people know, because these guys are not going to change until it affects them personally.
Yeah,
I agree.
And if you're not going to be moral like that, then okay, all right, we're just going to expose your ass. Let me say this, man. And Nate, you kind of adverted to it. Back in the 60s, all the airlines, the union guys and the CEOs had an unwritten rule that we will never do anything to bankrupt the company, and we will never do anything to make sure our employees don't have a job. So if we lose money, the managers take a biggest pay cut first, and then it goes down. If we make money, the people at the bottom get paid first, and that's how it should be, man. You don't want this country looking like some South American shithole like Mexico, where you have the super rich and gated community. the super rich in gated communities and everyone else living on the street. I don't want that, man.
I agree.
You know, I don't need to live next to the CEO. I mean, he makes way more money than I do, but you know, he should be at least a little bit accessible. I should see him, you know, in the line. I don't get
Right.
it, man. You know. So, Black Bear, it does sound a little bit liberal. I'm an America First guy, man, and that means that I want every American to do well, man. Okay,
I mean,
I don't mind billionaires, man. I really don't. But when you have so much money and your mainline employees making minimum wage, that's fucked up to the country. That
see,
hurts the
salute
country.
Black Bear, and you're right. And what is America without Americans? What is America without Americans? See, Black Bear spoken like a true non-American.
Aztec, is that you? Hey, Aztec.
It's Foxy.
Yeah, I know.
Let's say Foxy.
Aztec, is that you?
Yeah.
Right.
You hear me?
Oh,
All right, brown earthers, here
down,
we
Bob.
go. A
Epoxy, what's
panel
up?
full of brown earthers. Salute.
I bet you guys wanted to have some words. Epoxy, you go first, brother.
what's the topic? What was the topic?
We were talking about big corporations and these rich billionaires making all this money while people
Greedy people.
Yeah, greedy people.
Man, it's like I was telling Sky yesterday. These big CEOs and corporations, like, they make so much money that even if, like, they'll quit. There's like economic struggle. Employees will get cut. They'll get their pay cut right away. You know, like they'll make cuts, fire people, lay people off. But when it's thriving, they get these bonuses and everything. And then, like the Sky's point about illegals, I mean, you just can't shut everything down. There's like such a long time. You got to be careful because it's like trickle down effect. It goes down to the main supplier, the main CEO, or the main company corporation that supplies everybody, or it could be a service. It doesn't matter. And then it trickles down to contractors, subcontractors. So it always affects somebody. So you just have to be careful how you want to punish these big corporations by having illegals, or how pay cuts get made. And I mean, look at the banks. I mean, they've already gotten saved several times, and they bought islands. So,
Yo, that bailout back in 2008, man. These dudes were getting bonuses and shit, man.
yeah, I was like, and they were getting huge bonuses, and they were I think there was one. I don't know which bank it was, but Chase, I think it was. They bought an island and celebrated or something like that. I don't know, but
no one went to jail.
It's like, and they're doing it out in the open, and it's not like they're hiding it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Az, what's up, man? You got some words, man? Az, what is it like? Az, is it like 3 o'clock in the morning where you are?
Yeah, I woke up about 30 minutes ago.
Australia.
Starting the day.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't got a problem with CEOs. I don't mind what CEOs are paid because at the end of the day, they're headhunted usually. So, like, you know, they can either go and work for one big corporation or another, and corporations are always competing to get them on board to run the joint and turn it into the next big money maker. So I can understand that. But the real problem is the Federal Reserve and fractional lending with the banks. If you're not going to, it's no point complaining about any group being richer than others unless you're going to get rid of fractional lending. And the Federal Reserve, you know, when they can just print money out of nothing, you put $1 in the bank and they can lend out another $9 and they get fat wealthy off all that. You know, if you're not going to change that, then nothing's ever going to change.
Mm. You're
Anyway,
saying the whole banking system itself is screwed up.
Oh yeah, deliberately. It's deliberately that way. No one will ever be able to get ahead. Only those on the top who are actually doing the lending, the bankers, they're the only ones. And you can become a banker. Get enough money together.
A good thing. Said the CEO should give all the employees houses.
No. Look, I'm of the firm belief that employees are slaves. It's a means to an end. If your family's not set up in life, then you need a job to get you from point A to point B. But point B should always be setting up your own business, being independent, and starting your own little empire. But the problem is, you know, you don't often see the fruits of your work in your lifetime. You've normally got to do this with the mindset of how your children are going to take this on and your family generation are going to take things on. If you're not going to be the sacrifice, then nothing will ever change for your family lineage. So I don't bag on the 1% because they've got parents who sacrificed to get where their family is now, and the rest of society sits around and complains about that when their parents didn't do the same. So I'm kind of indifferent.
As a point of order. I hear what you're saying. You should get paid what you're worth. Well, you should get paid what you can demand. Being a CEO of a company is an 18-hour day. In America, in my humble belief, though, man, you were born in the right zip code.
Absolutely.
So a lot of these CEOs, they didn't. It's not like they climbed their way up, man. I mean, the Starbucks CEO did. I'll give him that. Well, the one that founded it, but a lot of these CEOs, man, they were born with money. And I'm sorry, if you were born into money and you maintain that, I don't want to hear you talk about economic policy, you rich motherfucker. Um, you know, give me the guy that worked hard and then built it up. I'll listen to him, man. But we got classism in this country, much more than racism, I might add. We have a
Yeah.
class-based system, and that's
I
wrong.
get that. Yeah, well, I don't think it's wrong. I think if somebody's forefathers made their family lineage rich by sacrifice, hard work, or however they got there, so be it. I mean, the rest of us can't sit around and complain because our family lineage didn't have our shit together, didn't apply ourselves, didn't sacrifice to make something better, didn't build an empire. Most families sit around blue and they go to their graves split up and lonely and not getting along with each other, while other families have shit in place so that at the very least the empire continues.
I only have a few minutes. I don't want to interrupt too bad. I'm babysitting a sick grandbaby, and he's taking a nap, and the dog just barked, so he's probably going to be up in a minute. The wealth disparity between the workers and the employees since the 1950s is astronomical.
It is, man. It is.
And I'm like Bob. I'm a capitalist. If you work hard, you should earn a lot. If you risk a lot, that reward should be worth it. But the disparity is gross at this point.
Inc. 1776. Sorry, Bill, give me a sec here. $5. Inc. You've always been West day one, man. You've always been a membership guy and have given money. It's good to see you. Best show on YouTube. Shout out to the Gospel of Bob, fam. Mr. Flag, as I call him, 1776. Thank you, and continue good health and good tidings to you. Bill, go ahead.
And like you said, Bob, there's, they should earn money. And they should earn as much as they want. But the morality, I guess, part of it needs to come into play a little bit.
It's bad.
It's deeply immoral.
Most CEOs don't have no morality.
So it's not just me that thinks it's immoral. Okay, good. I thought I was getting soft.
Deeply immoral. It's deep. It's just flat out wrong that your people are sitting there dying and you're living. I mean, come on, man.
Well, and it's like Walmart. Okay, you've got the Walton family. They're sure not to give their people enough hours, because if they give them too many hours, then they might have to give them insurance. So they keep them at 25 hours a week, so that they don't have to take care of their people. And my grandfather, and I've had my own business a couple times, and my grandfather's had businesses, and I learned from my grandfather that, like, if I work for the company, I'll die for that company. I work for the company. I'll die for the brand. And when you have that kind of loyalty, that should be rewarded.
Yes.
And he also considered his employees extended family.
Did y'all remember this? Happened about 6-7 months ago. I want to say it was a Burger King employee. Was there for like all of his life, basically, damn near. You know what I mean? Ever since he was like 19 and he was like 60 or something like that, 50 or 60 years old, right? These mother gave him a damn gift basket with like I
Yeah.
think you seen that shit?
Yeah, but Sky spent his whole life as a slave. I mean, what's to be rewarded about that?
That dude right there should have been rewarded for staying so loyal to that company. Now today I seen another video of a guy that worked for a company for like 35 years or something like that. The guy had the boss man. I don't know if they're friends. I don't know. I guess they were. Whatever. Guy said that he always. I guess he told the boss man he always wanted one of them old Camaros, old Corvette, not a Camaro, old Corvette, right? And he just gave. I guess he had a party for him. I don't know if it was a retirement party. He tried to play it like it was a little toy car, right? It was the same exact color, everything of the car that he was buying. He said, "Why don't you check underneath the rest?" He gave him the keys. Said the keys, right? He gave the man the key for appreciation. That's what you do. If someone's loyal to you, appreciate them. You know what I mean? You don't sit there and say, "Oh, I got you for 30 years, gone. Here you go."
Right. Or you'll have the companies like now, they'll go ahead, they'll short sell everything, all the stock, like a big company. They'll short sell everything so they lose they don't have to worry about the retirement funds and stuff, and then just let people go. You know, they've been there 40 years. Well, sorry, just don't show up for work Monday.
There's a
and those people sleep at night somehow.
Yeah, but I don't get it. How can,
You remember in the first Trump presidency when all the big business said they were getting the tax breaks and stuff like that? There's this one guy said, "I got tax breaks. I get more tax breaks than them. They get $50,000 tax breaks in. What am I supposed to do with that? Give it back to your people." That was maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that was the whole premise of Trump giving the tax breaks to the big companies so they can give it back to the people that work for them. That's what I thought. You know what I mean?
That's not how it works.
I'm saying that's not how it works. I'm not saying that's not how it works, but I'm just saying it for this guy.
Oh, I get it.
This guy complained about having $50,000 extra after taxes, right? Give it back to your employees. That's what was. I'm not saying they did it, but that's what it was supposed to be for. You know what I mean? Now you're complaining about something. Go ahead and get that $50,000. If you got 10 employees, give them each $10,000. There you go.
See,
and these big corporate giants, they're not getting $50,000 bonuses.
They're getting
No, I'm not.
You know, they're getting like, just for instance, that guy that got shot by that Luigi guy.
Yeah.
Like his bonus was something like 20 mil.
Hey, Jim.
Hold on, let me get Az in here right quick. Az, you want to say something right quick?
I don't know. You guys are on a different page. Like, okay, if you're living in a world where, like, if you're starting on your own, you know, your family hasn't set you up in life. You've got to go out. You got to get a home loan to buy your first home. So you're paying like compounding interest to the bank. You're like such a slave to the system. I don't think you guys are realizing. You know, once you own your home, once you've got an investment property, then you can write off your costs for your investment property against your income, and then you're not paying tax. And this happens really quickly. You know, but the fact that nobody gets themselves to that point, you know, it really shocks me. You know, you sit around and complain about how other people are doing well, and yet you don't follow or play the system yourself like everyone else is. You know, for most people who are working jobs and rely on jobs, you know, the worst words in the world are minimum wage. You know, the fact that you have all of society demanding to not only get free jobs from someone, but then they demand minimum wage as well. I mean, how dumb do you have to be demanding minimum wage? It's bloody mind-blowing to me. I just don't get it. It's really weird.
Minimum wage should be for teens,
high school kids and people just getting into the workforce.
Once you get outside of that type of, know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're 40 years old and working at McDonald's, you took a wrong turn.
You shouldn't be going to
you failed. You're working,
right?
Yeah, and they train kids up now to have a good career. You know, have a good career. Oh yes, set yourself into just a set earned amount, slaving away, working for another master who built themselves an empire. I mean, I don't know who you fly for, Bob, but you know, whoever set up that company had a goal, built a little empire out of an airline there, and employs people like you. You know, but you should have an end goal of starting some sort of little business revolving around being a pilot. That should be your goal. Then you're in the position where you're the one getting the tax breaks, getting out of paying the tax, getting yourself ahead, and then being able to provide jobs for others who need to get their life started, you know? But nobody has this mindset. People have this, oh yeah, I'm going to have a career. I'm going to spend my whole life slaving away for someone else's empire. And then people sit around complaining about it, that was their choice in life, to be a slave for their entire life. That's crazy.
I think you're describing, I mean, you can't have 200,000 airlines in America. I mean, that would never work. If everyone's motivation was to start an airline, if you want to become an airline worker, I hear what you're saying. I do. You should have some motivation. You should have enough sense to at least protect yourself financially if your job doesn't work out. But I do think that an employee and an employer make a trade. I will trade some of my time, and you will give me some money. And when that trade is not being honored because my time is not being paid enough and you're taking all the money, I think that's improper. I do agree with you that it's upon you to protect yourself in your own pocket. I definitely do agree. Everyone should have a side hustle. But I don't think everyone needs to be motivated to be the owner of the company when they enjoy what they do at the job that they do. I mean, not every nurse should be head of the hospital. Not every doctor should be running a pharmaceutical company. It's just not the way people think.
Well, yeah, every HVAC repairman doesn't want to own a company.
In the same breath, then you cannot compel the CEO to give of his spoils to the person that feels that they deserve more. See, and I have a problem with Robin Hoodism. You know, when I was a child, I thought Robin Hood was the hero. Now I know he's the villain. And the problem here isn't that people shouldn't be paid what they're worth. The reality is you are trading your time. You are trading your time to uplift somebody else's vision. And that is the rude and hard truth of someone else's vision. Once they've achieved it, they're going to do what's necessary to maintain it. And if that means getting rid of you, and as bad as it sounds, that's business. And I've been on the receiving end and I've been on the giving end of that. And as I've gotten older, I've realized why they did what they did to me. It was never malicious, you know, and I had to really think about it. It was not a malicious act. And I don't mean some stupid manager who has given their life to the business and thought that they were going to be rewarded by doing the bidding of their Lord and Master. No, I just mean the company needs to save itself, and that's what it's going to do. And if you were in the driver's seat doing, you do the same. And I don't. Look, if you were in the driver's seat and something that you built was in danger, was in peril of falling apart, you do what was necessary to fix it. And I don't mean anything illegal, but I mean you do with what's legal, what's within the confines of legality to make sure that it remained. And that's what these
you have a duty to protect the other employees too.
You don't have that duty.
No, I mean your business. I'm talking about your business.
No, listen. You have the duty to protect your business. Listen. I want people to separate morality from doing a good deed. That's not morality. It isn't morality to take care of your employees. That's just you being gracious. That's not a moral dilemma. That has nothing to do with God. That's not morality. That's you just being like, you know what? From my heart, I'll give you something, even if I don't believe you deserve it. You worked hard for me, fine. Not everybody is going to do that. And you can't say they're not moral because they decided not to do that. Now, the market is the market. The market weeds people like that out. You see it happen all the time. But the market also rewards those who are shrewd. Look what's happening with Nestle. Nestle is the biggest food company. Nestle is the biggest food company in the nation. They made some terrible decisions. I mean, in the world, I meant to say. They made some terrible decisions during CV-19. Okay, they had a CEO who ran it into the ground, and then he ended up, having a scandal with somebody who worked under him. He had spent 40 years with the company. They got rid of him like that without a severance package. They hired a new guy, and what's the new guy doing? The new guy is laying off 16,000 employees over several years. And he's starting at the top, and then he's going to work his way down to the bottom. And how did the market react to that? How did the market react to him announcing that he's getting rid of it? Okay, so the market went up for Nestle, and guess who has access to the market? Everybody on this panel, everybody on the street, everybody living under a dumpster, they all have access to the market. So I'm sorry, I don't feel the same way. I can sympathize with somebody and be gracious to somebody, but I am not obligated to do that if I run a business.
Yeah, it's good to hear you say that, Black, because this is exactly how I think. And the other thing is, you guys are talking from a money perspective. I don't think you realize, but money depreciates horribly every year. If you're worried about how much you're getting paid, CEOs don't worry about how much they get paid. They worry about how much they're going to receive in stocks, in share options, and stuff like that. They don't want to receive money. You get taxed on money. What people with money have is
they're at a level where money isn't an object.
They're not worried about the electric bill.
Yeah, they're not worried about.
You shouldn't be thinking that way either. You shouldn't be worried about how much money is coming in, because money is something that rots.
I think,
yeah, but you have to. You have to worry when you're working stiff. You are worried about the money coming in.
When you're like 16 to 25, 30, I realize you need to work, but by then you should be getting your shit together and some investments done and something that's a solid asset happening. Not sitting around still wanting money rolling in. I mean, a job is a means to an end. You're putting yourself in slavery to someone else to reach an end because your family hasn't brought you into a world where they've already done this.
I think
baby's up.
I think we'll see you, Bill. I think both of us are right. Perhaps we're right in different ways. Blacks exploitation of the poor is a big kahuna in the Bible. I mean, God really doesn't like.
Well, no, I'm not telling you to exploit anyone. That's not my point. I'm saying because I choose to pay you minimum wage is not an exploitation. We're here in America. No, it's not. We're here in America. We still, even the lowest paid waged worker makes more than half the world. You can take that money, save it. You can take that money, save it, go anywhere in the world and live like a king. It's the truth. As long as you don't live.
Questions for you. If you didn't
not yet. I do mind. I do mind. I'm not answering any questions because I wasn't done with my monologue. I didn't give you opportunity or permission. Thank you. You will wait. You will wait. Will you will wait. So again, it is not illegal. It is not illegal. It is not illegal for you to pay somebody minimum wage. If you don't like it, and not only is it not illegal, it's not exploitative. It's not exploitative at all. You don't have to do that. I mean, it's okay. It is what it is. But again, you do not have to do it. It's not exploitative whatsoever. You can take that money. You can take that money and you can go anywhere else in the world and you can invest it. People are just bad. People are bad with money. That's the problem.
Come on, give us something new if I gotta wait. Because you repeated that like 3 times.
I don't know who you are, Will. I won't be answering. Will, I don't know who you are, man. I definitely don't know who you are. Nor do I care.
Yeah. So fall back. Again, my name is
No, I won't be falling back anywhere.
No. You're done now, right?
I don't know who you are. Nor will I respect you. Thank you. I don't respect you. I don't respect fools.
You have no morality.
I don't respect fools. I don't respect fools. I don't respect liars or fools. I do remember you're a liar and a fool. I mentioned that last time when I cooked you last time. I remember saying that last time. I remember that last time. I remember that last time when I called you a fool.
Stop being immoral.
I remember that last time when I called you an immoral liar and a fool. You're a 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 liar and a fool.
But now
You're a
you know me,
liar and a
right?
fool.
Everybody
You're a
knows me.
liar and a fool.
I know.
You're
I
a
know.
liar and a
I
fool.
know. But
You're a
you're the one
liar and a
lying right
fool.
now.
You're a
And you're the
liar and
one
a fool.
acting like a fool
You're a
right now.
liar and a fool.
You're acting
You're a
like
liar
a
and a fool.
menstruating woman.
You're
You're
a
afraid to
liar
have
and
the
a fool.
conversation with me.
You're a
And I know
liar
why.
and a fool.
Because you know me.
You're a
You know I'll
liar
make
and
you
a
look
fool.
stupid.
You're a
So I'm
liar
gonna
and
let
a
you
fool.
keep bleeding
You're a
all
liar and
over
a
the
fool.
panel
You're a
before they have
liar
to
and a
mute
fool.
me again. I'll
You're a
let you
liar and a
continue
fool.
to
And
bleed
you're a
all
liar
over
and
the
a fool.
panel. But
You're a
acting like a
liar and a
girl.
fool. And
Blacks,
you
what is
are a
he?
liar and a fool.
Blacks, I don't know what he is though. Can you tell me what he is?
A liar and a fool.
If
Stop
I
lying,
could,
Willie.
Yet he's
okay, hold on. Thank you for that outburst in both places. In all fairness, Willie, Blacks wasn't finished with what he was saying, and I promise you, we were going to get to you because you're a member here and you pay, and I enjoy having you up here. So it's just a simple thing of just letting someone finish before they're done. Guys, like, share, subscribe, imbibe, uh, survive. Gospel of Bob. Make sure you get Bob, Skywalker, and Art. Make sure you join that channel as well. That's our backup channel as well. We are talking about, actually, we're talking about financial stuff, man. And we're talking more about greed. I personally am under the idea that while something may be legal, it doesn't mean it's moral. Black's very articulate is saying that,
Gotta
you
take
know,
morality out.
well, I think Blacks is articulating that, listen, this is a system that we have. You agreed to give your time for money, and it's up to you to demand more for the money or just sit down and shut up and things of that nature. That may be a very simplistic way of putting it. That Wall Street really is up here. It's always very interesting to have them. Guys, please, yeah, like, share, and let's do this. Blacks, I love you. Wall Street, I love you less. I put you two in the back because the argument was going on. I just wanted to get that out. In no particular order, I'm going to bring you guys back and then we can continue. Thank you.
Y'all get one mic. Y'all have one mic.
so is he finished yet?
I'm done. I'm done. It was just fun. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Willie.
So that was
Go ahead,
moronic.
Willie.
That was extremely moronic. First of all, one of the things that a corporation is known as under U.S. law is a person. He might not know that, right? And one of the ways to define morality is how a person deals with things, what they define as acceptable, right? There are tons of things you can do as a corporation that are immoral. Just because it would be cheaper for me to dump waste into some lake, right? That doesn't make it moral just because I'm a company. Companies always do immoral things. So that was just a stupid concept. Now, whether you personally feel paying someone a livable wage when you're making hand over fist, whether you personally think it's moral or not, that's on you. If he doesn't think that the top percent robbing the masses is immoral, that just speaks to his level of morality. But again, to say that all these people have access to the market, that's not even true. Everyone doesn't even have access to an IPO. There's something that's called what is it, Bob? Accredited investor, am I right? Right? So there are certain things you can only invest in if you're an accredited investor, if you have a certain level of wealth, right? So I just wanted to speak to all the fallacies that were originally said, and I started by simply saying, can I ask you a question? I didn't want to have who's do funny more contest and sit here and yell like girls. I didn't want to do that. I just want to ask some very specific questions. Did he know that a corporation is considered a person? What is his definition of morality? What is the dictionary's definition of morality? And then did he know that no, his statement that everyone has access to the market is 100% not true because there's a term called accredited investors, and there are investments that only they can invest in. That's all. I yield.
What's going on, man? In Mumbai right now, and you guys can look it up. There's a billionaire that has his house is like a skyscraper, and he built it in the middle of a shanty town. I mean, around him are people who are dirt, shitting in the water, poor.
Is that Tata?
Is that who?
Like Tata Motors, the CEO of that family?
I don't know.
Not sure.
He's an Indian billionaire. He built it, I believe, in Mumbai. You can look online. I mean, he has 600 servants. He has a skyscraper just for him. and his family, and around him are people who are like their life expectancy is probably 3 years old. I Now, whatever legality he has in doing that, I give you Blacks, but my God, how do you look out the window and say this is okay?
Totally immoral.
Very, very comfortably. But the point that I'm making isn't the point that I'm making isn't that he is right. The point that I'm making is that he's not obligated. It isn't his obligation to do anything for those people. Lastly, it's not his obligation to do that. I don't know what charitable works he does, but that's not my point. I'm not here to knock down straw men. The point that I'm making here is that these people have a means and they have an end, and they do have access to the market. No, you don't have to be an accredited investor to have access to the market. That's one of the straw men he lifted up that I had to burn down, but that's okay. Lastly, even more so, look at who is exploiting some of the visas that we have readily available for the people here in America. Okay, look who's exploiting those. Okay, these not just CEOs, but they created entire industries to get people from places like Hyderabad, India, and places south of Mumbai to come over here that are not that are not the Brahmins, that are not Patels, and they're over here living very well off of our teat, illegally, albeit, because they've set up entire industries to do so with these H-1Bs. H-1Bs were specific devices that were to allow companies to bring skilled labor to America for a specific amount of time. It's a loophole that needs to be shut. And my point here is that even they find ways to make it here in America. And you're telling me people who were born here, because they make a minimum wage, they can't find ways to make it. They can't find ways. They can't go to other places where their dollar will go further, like people do every day, to make sure that they're able to survive. Yes. Again, you have to start. People have to start obfuscating. They have to stop obfuscating, is what I meant to say. And they need to start looking at what they can do. You may not be able to have the chariot of your dreams, aka a vehicle of your dreams, the house of your dreams, with a picket fence, 4 children and 2 dogs, and live within your means. You might have to move elsewhere to do that. You don't get the right to stay where you grew up.
There's nowhere in America that you can live comfortably off of
El Paso, the hollers of
So
the hollers.
So here's the thing, right? What happens is people start to ramble on and on and on, and we get completely away from the point. Let's start by defining morality, shall we? It is the principles a person has concerning the distinction between right and wrong, good and bad, right? Nowhere in that does it talk
Now
about
define what's right and wrong.
May I finish?
Now define what's right and wrong.
May I finish?
Now define if it's right
May I finish?
to give more money to them, or if it's wrong.
Let him finish.
Because see, the hard part for me is they ramble on and on about obfuscating and a bunch of goofy stuff, right? But I'm going to be surgical with mine. I'm in and out.
You're not surgical. There's nothing surgical about what you said. You set up straw men. You brought up there's nothing clear about you said. There's nothing clear about what you said. You set up a straw man and you want me to knock it down. And I refuse to do it.
Fear, and I understand.
I just refuse to do it. I refuse to knock down your straw man. It makes no sense.
All right, can I finish my point though without you being rude? That's morally wrong to me, right? To ramble on and on and obfuscate and not allow a man to finish a sentence.
The only person obfuscating is you. You brought up a definition that has nothing to do with anything.
Is that the only way you can win this conversation?
It has nothing to do with anything. Hey, it's not a debate, brother. This is an open conversation.
I'm being
This
honest.
is an open conversation. It
If
would be
I
a good
was
strategy
dealing
if
with a
you could stay
difference
on
in
topic.
intellect that we
If
have, I
you
would
could
go with
stay
that
on topic,
strategy as
then
well.
it would be a good
To not
strategy.
let the smarter
What
man
you're
speak.
saying
That's a
makes
great
no
strategy.
sense.
I'll give you that.
Makes no sense whatsoever. But
It's a
continue
good strategy.
with your obfuscation and your straw
Don't
man.
let the
Go
smarter
ahead.
guys speak. It's
Go
a
ahead,
great
straw man
strategy
builder. Finish what
that
you're
you
saying.
guys utilize all the
Please
time.
finish what you're saying, and then we'll continue.
If there was a difference in intellect that I have over you, I wouldn't let you speak either. It's a great strategy because you know you're going to lose, right? At the end of
Yeah,
the
but
day, though,
Willie,
there is
Willie,
a
you were
defined term called corporate morality. It is something discussed. For you to separate these things, you're just wrong from the masses of people that are in power in these corporations. So now you want to take it to poor people. So now, if a poor person, like I don't know, JP, exploits welfare, is that morally correct? If he
Again, another
falls in a
straw man.
hold on,
Another straw
if he
man. Continue.
falls in a
This has
convenience
nothing to
store
do with
just
anything.
because
Are you
he,
going to stop
all
building
right.
your straw man? This has nothing to do with anything. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? We're talking about corporate wealth. What is
Hey,
he
yo, did you
talking
hear him
about?
squeaking?
This has nothing to do with the point. Why are you building a straw man? This has nothing to do with whether or not I
Maybe you
should give
don't
them more
understand my
money
point,
out
sir.
of the
And if you
kindness of my
believe,
heart.
and if you believe it's a straw man due to your lack of
It
comprehension, then
is
I
a
can
straw
understand it.
man.
I can understand
It's a
that.
complete straw man.
I
What
started
the
with a
hell?
defined definition.
You
I started
started
with a
with trying to
definition.
obfuscate. You
Yeah, I
started
know.
with trying to move the post. You shifted the
I
Overton
know,
window
I know.
to make.
But I
You
define
shifted the
morality though,
Overton window
right?
to make what you
But
said
I did
sound
define
credible, but
morality,
it had
correct?
nothing to do with anything.
I
You did
know.
not
I
define
know.
anything.
Obfuscating had nothing to do with morality.
It had everything to do
Exploiting
with it, but
Jesus
you're
had
very good
nothing to
at it.
do with morality in
If
this
I were you, I'd be
conversation.
very good at doing
You're
that too.
gay, sir.
You're very good at
Sir,
that.
you're
Thank
gay.
you.
I'll
Thank
wait
you.
until you're done.
I am happy.
And then you're
We'll
gonna
all
cut
have a
me. You
gay
know, I
old
say
time.
you're gay.
Thank you. We're all happy,
Homosexual.
and
Too
we'll have a
funny.
gay old
You're
time.
too
Look that
funny.
definition up. But I know what you are. I know what you
You're
are.
too funny.
Somebody
You
who
know
does
that
not know how to
definition?
stay on topic.
Mr. Do
And a
Funny?
fool.
Jeez. You guys
I
getting
just,
so
I just
riled
think
up
it's
when I
funny.
speak.
I think it's funny, Willie, that you point out that a
You guys get
corporation
so
is an
riled up when I
individual,
speak. Jesus
and yet
Christ.
every single person that's employed for a corporation has to put that corporation first. But you're saying no, they shouldn't treat the corporation as an individual. They should worry about everyone else but the corporation. It doesn't make any
Well, no, I'm
sense,
saying I
Willie.
absolutely don't put my corporation above myself or my family. I don't put the corporation
Well, then you're
first.
never going to get very far in any corporation, are you?
I'm already pretty far, sir. I'm doing pretty well.
Well, you wouldn't be in most corporations if you're putting other people and yourself first before the corporation.
Yet I'm
I
here.
mean, you want to consider yourself an individual, and you say that a
Not only
corporation
do
is
I
an
put
individual.
myself before the corporation, I put the gospel of Bob before the corporation because I'm on the clock right now. What are you talking about? Y'all are making stupid arguments. And it's because nothing is being defined. So I wanted to start by defining morality so we could have a logical conversation, right?
You wanted to
Morality
start
does
by
not
building your
involve.
straw man.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
You started
Here he
by building a
goes.
straw man for us to knock down, and here
Here he
we are. Here
goes.
we are, boy, right at Burning Man.
Here he
My God, man,
goes.
this guy is, whoa, man, this guy.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. You know what I do with stupid people? I let them speak because I know I could kill their argument. You'll never hear me interrupt someone who I know I could crush their argument
Lord have
easily.
mercy, Jesus, you do it all the time.
I know.
Blacks, there is something I can give you this. If my company is losing money and I have to make cuts, I'm not going to cut myself. I'm certainly going to cut other people, and that's just how it has to be. I have to keep the business going. But when I look and I say, you know what, I really could use a new deck. Jim, hey, it's been nice you being here. I'm going to cut you because I need that money. That's where it gets immoral to me, man. Because Jim now has no job. He's been doing fine, but I wanted more money, not because I needed it. It's because I wanted to do something. So I cut Jim, and now Jim's out of a job.
You know
Now,
where
Yeah, but
corporate
Most
when you
CEOs
morality.
don't.
now,
Most
when
CEOs
you
don't.
Bob, you know where
but
corporate
where do you get the
morality
Most
comes
entitlement that
in
CEOs.
more
somebody
into
owes
play
you a
for me,
job?
Bob?
Most
It comes into
CEOs
play
don't
for
spend their
me when it
salary
comes to the
whatsoever.
environment.
They do get stock options.
I think
and they do have a corporate finance
with
account.
no morality.
And then from there they take what did Elon Musk do? What does he do with his money? How does he make his money? Does he spend his salary? Does Elon Musk even take a salary?
No.
Exactly. Thank you.
So again, when dealing with corporate morality, one of my biggest issues with corporate morality is the effect on the environment. There are certain things for me that if corporations are dumping into public water resources, things of that nature, that is corporately immoral.
Then get off the internet and live in a hovel.
You're telling me your life is better than that, Willie? You don't do things like litter or spit in the street or flick your cigarette butt
or flush the toilet or run water or eat his favorite food from his restaurant or breathe.
Here's the difference.
There's no difference. The difference is you build straw men for people to knock down.
Shut up for 2 seconds.
The difference is that you build straw men for people to knock down, and you're a fool. That's the difference. That's the difference. And you take drugs.
Gonna blame me.
And you take drugs and you drink. That's the difference. And you engage in every you engage in every corporate criminal. You engage in every corporate fallacy that you claim is wrong. Everyone.
Can I say something? Can I add something? And I probably because I kind of agree with Bob. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it should be. And I know where you're coming from, Black, because you're basically saying that after morality, let's throw that out.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all.
Well, let me put it in better words. You're basically saying is that it's not against the law, so it is what it is. If they want to get minimum wage, that's on them.
Dump toxins into the water, make the kids slow.
My question is really to WallStreetWilli, right? You care about the morality factor, right? But yeah,
no, he doesn't.
They had all these illegal immigrants over here working for bottom dollar. You know what I mean? When they should have been getting paid more, and people want these immigrants over here still to work, and there's no morality in that. But now the morality comes in when we're talking about giving people minimum wage. What's the difference?
So again, I wasn't speaking about minimum wage. I was speaking simply about corporate morality. I was specifically dealing with what corporations do to the environment. They dump garbage in the water, and that's how you get your Flint water. That's how you get communities. That's how you get communities with elevated
We're talking about hey,
no one was talking about that, Willie.
Go ahead.
He lied. Do you see how he obfuscates? Do you see how he lies? He's just a liar.
We're talking about what corporations pay their employees. That's what we're talking about.
What he is an agent of chaos.
I understand that. My apologies for trying to expand the conversation.
Your apologies for being an agent.
Skywalker.
Hey, we don't need apologies from agents of chaos.
Another portion of morality that would have been harder to argue.
You're just an agent of chaos. You're just a chaos of agents.
Never win.
And you're an agent of chaos. He's an agent of chaos, and you come to obfuscate. You come to burn it all down because you build straw men. You come to burn it all down because you build straw men. And then when people refuse to meet you on your field of battle, then you have a problem. Nobody will meet you on your field of battle. You came to mine. You came to mine, and mine is what you will deal with.
Don't read it.
Go take a mile, why don't you?
Bob, is it moral? Is it moral to expect a free job? Is it moral to be living a life where you expect a free job from someone else? You know,
no, it is not.
No, it's definitely not. See, it's not moral back the other way. You guys are sitting here complaining about what you get paid, like you're deserved some job, you know, that some corporation has to give you. I mean, that's
No,
that's
no, no, no.
No, I don't think that's
no
what you're
one,
doing,
no
Bob,
one,
and I
not
don't
the
think that's.
no
argument at all.
one
And I,
owes you a job. No one owes you a job.
That's why I tried to
It's not,
take finance out of it so you guys
I'm
can
not.
just
I don't
shoot
think
the
that's what you're
argument.
doing, Bob, and I
When I
don't think
deal
that's what
with
you're doing,
morality, I'm
Skywalker.
dealing with it from
But
the
what I am
aspect
saying
of a
is that
corporate responsibility.
people have a
So
litany of
if you
decisions
have
that
a
they need to
product
make,
that
and
produces
if you make
waste, you have a
decisions,
moral
there are consequences,
responsibility
whether they are
as a
good or bad.
corporation
And you
to
can
Yeah.
dispose
travel
of that
from this
waste
country,
properly.
and you can
He
go
doesn't want to
anywhere
deal
you'd
with that
like.
argument
You can
because he
go
would never
anywhere
have
you'd
a
like,
response
and
for
you
it
will be, your
and be
net
able
worth
to
will be
stand on
greater than
the
half
goofy
the
things he
people
said
upon
earlier.
which you
And I
meet.
yield.
Period. And that's it. You will go anywhere else in this world, and you'll be worth more than half the people you come across, and you'll be able to spend a lot more. People have some sort of obligation to wanting to stay where they are, but
And then you
people
can be the
and
exploited
people
then.
move
I
wherever.
got you.
But in this world, people move,
And then
and
you
you
can be
don't
the
stay where
exploited.
you
I
don't stay
understand
where
your
you're
point.
from, and then you just make and then you
And then you
use
can be
what you
the
have to
immoral one.
maintain
I
where you are.
understand your point.
You
I understand your
maintain what
point.
you have, and you take it where you can spend it. That's it. People do it all the time, every day. That's it.
People also have revolutions all the time, every day, and heads roll over immorality or the perceived
Okay,
immorality from their
Robespierre.
population.
Okay, Robespierre. Thanks.
that or it's just the stirring up of the zombies who want to get out in the street and cry that they're hard done by like victims. I mean, that's more like how it happens, Bill.
Yeah, like the
Not due to
French
any sort of
Revolution.
actual morality.
Listen, man, I
Like
had tea
like
time at
like useful
11.
idiots.
My water
Like
and
useful
sink is
idiots.
clean.
Like
My
the Red
streets are
Guard.
clean, right? If corporate morality, if corporate immorality works for y'all, then who be it for me to have an issue with it? Because it doesn't affect my life at all.
Again, we're not
But if
bridging
I
that
was
straw man.
asked my standard of morality, yes,
We didn't.
corporations do have a standard of morality. I know you didn't because you're an
None of
immoral
us
man.
did.
You're an
None of us
immoral man.
did. We didn't ask you, nor did we ask you to give your definition.
And we didn't ask you to bleed all over the panel either. Go take a Midol.
Thank you.
$10 from Stanley. Stanley, salute. This is the best of blacks. Salute to blacks and bobs.
Thank you, Stanley, and thanks
What's
for
up, Stan?
thanks for delivering that $10.
You know, at blacks, I look at a kid who's in the hood, who's working at McDonald's and works hard at McDonald's, and they have so many things they could have so many things pull them away from that, yet they choose to do the right thing and work hard.
Okay.
I think, to me, that person should get rewarded. And then I look at the restaurant franchise owner who's deeply immoral. He's gotten all kinds of money, and he's sitting there and he's paying this kid however much he's paying.
Why do you call them immoral? Let me ask. Why do you call them immoral?
He's not
Hang
immoral.
on. As a McDonald's, if I purchased a McDonald's store here in Australia, I think it costs me $50,000 to get a franchise. Now, most people who do that will mortgage their house to have the money to buy the franchise. So he's already putting up a lot of risk. The entire business is his risk, and you want to call him immoral? I don't get that.
I didn't call him immoral because he owns a franchise. I'm saying he's immoral in his personal life and his ways of thinking. He's a rich kid that has some money. You know,
But that's
he doesn't do a lot of a lot of good for the community. He parks in handicap spots. I mean, that kind of immoral.
You're building your caricature of an owner of a franchise. Okay.
I'm
just
building.
saying.
Just give me blacks. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'm just saying that's not the general archetype of someone who owns a franchise.
No, it's mum and pops who borrowed against their home that they spent 30 years paying for. That's who owns these stores, not who you're describing.
Let me give you the true archetype, okay? Because I have a friend who used to work for McDonald's, man. He came from Nigeria legally, okay? When he was 14 years old, he worked from the ground up to get into corporate McDonald's. Okay, he even went to McDonald's University. He ended up retiring from there. He ended up retiring. He moved to, Philadelphia. He ended up owning a franchise. He sold said franchise because it was a headache. He moved here to Texas. He ended up opening a Sweet Waters Cafe, which is a coffee shop. He also owns several beauty shops inside of several Walmarts. Okay, overhead is ridiculous. Not only that, all of his employees get paid before he gets paid. Okay. Not and if he doesn't have the money, if he didn't make the money for that pay period, he now has to take out a loan. And Lord have mercy, God, please give me the loan, bank, because the bank can immediately say no. If the bank says no, now he has to go to predatory lenders to get the loan, because what he can't do is risk going to prison because he didn't pay his employees for a day's work. That's you can't do it. That's unserviceable. You can't do that.
There should be no term predatory.
That's illegal. So then from there, so from there he ends up having to go into debt and then works his behind off to try and make up the difference. That's the archetype of somebody who owns a franchise. They're not little nepotism practitioners of nepotism in the way that you think, where they are trying to figure out what yacht they're going to pull up in Monaco. I'm just saying.
Hey guys, can I just make a quick comment?
Yep, that's definitely not Paris Hilton.
Willie Black as tech. Can I just make a quick comment? Because y'all been at this for like 20 minutes.
Let Dave get in. Let me read this right quick. And let Dave get in. Because he's gonna go work out. That Blackbeard with the 499 said, I agree with Black's point. People need to learn how to negotiate your contract. Appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate Black
Brother
too.
White
He
Bear.
drinks titty milk.
Brother
that's
White
all.
Bear.
He drinks titty milk. But go ahead.
It tastes good.
Y'all are arguing.
Go ahead, Dave.
Y'all are arguing two separate things. One,
we are, Dave. I agree with that.
I'm arguing morality.
You're defining the structures for microeconomics, and Willie, you're defining structures for macroeconomics. And correct. Many of the rules of the two different micro and macro are totally different. So you guys will always be arguing. And most people will probably be right, but you're arguing two different. So
absolutely, which is why I was trying to drag him out in the deep water. Which is why I was dragging him in the deep water, dealing with pollution.
No,
dealing with how
let him finish, Willie. Let him finish.
Willie, for companies to put waste in the environment that increases the cancer rates of certain communities.
Willie, let him finish.
Willie is defining the
you don't want to go into deep water.
Structure of a market, which is macro. You're describing how to compete and operate within that structure, which is micro. So you guys will never agree on anything. It will never happen because you're on two. This is like Econ 101.
Dave, the argument, we've only come to micro because I started answering Bob's question concerning the archetype of a franchisee. Okay, that's one. Two, we were talking macro previously. Okay, but what I was right. But let me just finish this point because I'm not. But we went from macro. We started talking about macro. We were talking about employees working within macro. We were talking about employees making money within macro. That's what we were talking about. But then Willie, the straw man builder, came up and started trying to do his own thing. That's what he did.
I made my argument on a macro level.
It is what happened because he built a straw man for us to burn down.
That's not what happened. Both of y'all were on macro, and then. In order to bolster your argument in macro, you started bringing up individualized success examples within competition in the marketplace, bringing in micro.
That were actually all on the micro level. Right.
Because you started saying, well, I know this guy individually, how he operates within this market.
No, that happened when Bob. No. Okay, so you're at the tail end of the argument. That happened with Bob. We were talking about macro previously. The only thing that happened when Willie came up was he obfuscated. He started building his straw man. He started talking about definitions that had nothing to do with corporate. He started talking about how we should all be communists in so many words.
With macro.
No,
The only thing
okay.
I defined was morality.
What he tried to do.
Speaking about morality.
What we were speaking about is whether or not it's moral to only pay them a minimum wage. You decided that it was immoral. You decided.
I never had an
unilaterally.
I never had an opinion on it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
Can I jump in and go back to what Bob was saying?
But I'm sure you didn't hear
That's all I
that
wanted to
because
say.
again, screaming like a woman in
That's
heat.
all I wanted to say. You know.
All right, Dave.
You were screaming like one of my college girlfriends on a Friday night.
Everything about stock,
didn't hear my
like,
point.
hey, we're gonna pay them in stock. How much should the wage be? The whole conversation on that is. It kind of splits the line. Like minimum. Go ahead. Oh, minimum wage is a macro issue because that's something.
That's what we were talking about, Dave.
Right.
Can we get back to the topic? So Bob was saying his last words basically were he's thinking about the poor little ghetto boy who's got his job at McDonald's and works his ass off real hard. And that's my problem right there, Bob. Only one vagina is responsible for you being here, not society. Only one woman is responsible for you being here, not any employer, not any corporation, no one else. So I don't feel sorry for anybody. If the gutter trash want to breed more gutter trash, go for it. The gutter's right there. You can't point to the 1% and say, "Oh, you pricks are no good and immoral because you've got your shit together." I mean, it's ridiculous.
And you've now defined your level of morality, right?
Right.
You don't think you have any responsibility to your community, to the children, people, and elderly of your community. Your morality has no room for them. You don't care about them.
Spitting out gutter trash.
Hold up. Let Bob get in. Go ahead, Bob.
I think this is one of the things where it's important to let people finish their statement. And then I wasn't talking about a single mom. I'm talking about the child itself is the one working, not a single mom. A child doesn't have any ability to tell the parent when they're born. Blacks, my caricature of a owner, perhaps it wasn't precise. Maybe I should have used someone who is just a trust fund baby. Maybe that's what it is. My simple point was this, is that when I see someone who has possible bad distractions working hard at a McDonald's, to me, I want that person to have as many resources as possible to not be attracted to those bad influences. I also think that people who have money and did not get that money through work, they got it through either ill-gotten gains or they got it because they were born in the right zip code. I don't look at them as pillars. I look at them as people who just got lucky, if you will. And I wouldn't put them in the hard work category. But simple point is this: there are poor people who are hard workers, and there are rich people who are not. And the idea that since you have money, you therefore worked hard, I think is not correct. And the people who are poor, they're not necessarily poor because they didn't work hard. A lot of times they're poor because they were born in South Chicago and not North Chicago. Fuck, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Go ahead.
And not Naperville.
You're born
not Naperville.
Hey, hold up.
You're born poor. You are going to work.
Hey, hold up.
You're going to work your ass off if you're born into nothing. I mean, you have to. And in fact, if you're
there is.
Let the host say something.
I'm sorry, Skywalker.
Let the host
say
something.
Just seeing in the chat, we only got 20 likes. We got 45 in the building now. Appreciate y'all. If y'all get them likes up, share the video, subscribe. If you already subscribed, go to hit that all button. It's the bell. You get all the content when we go live. That'll be basically every day. Not only that, go ahead and get a membership because we're going to be doing some new things coming up. And you're going to have a little bit more perks with the memberships. We're going to be doing giveaways throughout the week here coming up soon. We're going to have a costume contest on Halloween. We're probably going to be doing something for Christmas time somewhere, like some giveaways, some big giveaways around Christmas time, because you know, people. I know people are gonna want to buy their kids and buy some Christmas presents for the kids and for the family members and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna have some things going on coming up this next year. We're gonna probably start before the year. We're gonna have a trivia night. I don't know if we're gonna do a trivia night or we're just gonna do like one time a week. All right, Dave. One time a week we'll do a trivia night every week. You know what I'm saying? One time a week, like three questions or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, y'all just go ahead and y'all we appreciate y'all for coming. Y'all just go ahead and hit that like button for us. Go ahead, Blacks. Go ahead, Aztec.
Can we give away Willie? Is that one of the things we're giving away?
Oh shit!
Listen, Bob. Here's what I see from like your point of view.
What was the joke? I didn't hear the joke.
No.
Never mind. Sky Teddy. Never mind.
Were you asking me to donate? Were you asking me to give something away? I'm a generous man.
No,
My morality makes it my obligation to give things away to the less fortunate. So I just wanted to know what the joke was.
They wanted to give you away, Willie.
Oh no! What the fuck?
So look, Bob, let me put this to you. Here, I was born into nothing. My parents had
to be able to afford to be able to give me away. It would cost a bridge loan. You definitely have to get a bridge loan to get that done.
Go ahead, Aztec.
So Bob, I started off life with nothing. I had to do everything myself. I left home when I was 15. I moved from the country all the way to the city on my own. I had to get by on my own, no help from nobody. I didn't get my stuff together in life until I was in my 30s, and that didn't happen until I spat out 2 kids. As soon as I had 2 kids, suddenly my life came to an end, and I had to worry about 2 other people in the world. So what happened at that point was I realized that I need to start making money and have good money coming in and regularly. So I started working properly, started working for myself better, making sure I had good money coming in, bought a house, spent 15 years paying that place off as quickly as I possibly could, working on the second one now. And I had no help starting in life. I had nothing. I had to do it all off my own back. And yet I have busted my bum to do everything I can to make sure that my kids start their life in a household that doesn't have a mortgage, doesn't have debt, doesn't have bills. It's all for them. When I pass on, they will have 2 homes and their own homes. So they will have basically 2 investment houses that they inherit from me, plus their own homes that they've paid for themselves. And they're set up way better than I ever was, right? But I could have actually spent my life earning my money, blowing it down the pub, going on holidays 10 times a year, doing whatever I wanted to. I didn't. I've sacrificed everything for my children. And now you're telling me that these are trust fund babies. My kids are trust fund babies, and they've got things for free, and they haven't had to work hard and all this sort of stuff. Well, if you have to work hard, it's because you're born to someone who has nothing and can't give you anything and doesn't know how to teach you any better. That's not a moral situation. That's an immoral situation. Having kids in a world where you can't provide for them properly is not moral. There's nothing moral about that at all. It's gutter trash behavior. And I'm sorry, but my kids aren't trust fund babies at all. I've worked really hard to do this, and I've had to sacrifice my whole life since they were born in order to do this for them. I'm doing it for them, my kids.
Do you think the people in Brixton are in the same place? The people in Brixton, do you think most of them would echo your sentiments and they're in the same place?
Sorry,
I was in London. I went to Brixton too. 2 very different towns. So I get it. There's Clarence Thomas, right? Oh, you're Australian.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
another straw man.
I thought it was a British accent. But
They
you
all
do
sound
get
the
my
same.
point. Have you ever been to
Another straw man.
You see what I'm saying, though, right, Bob?
Super chat.
From your point of view, you're saying my kids are immoral because they're trust fund babies.
No,
Let's read this. Let's read the super chat. Sky, how you feel about MJ GOAT coming back to NBA tonight? NBA is back on NBC.
No,
you said right. The GOAT, LeBron, he's back. All right.
Now that was immoral.
LeBron, LeBum. Oh Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Oh, so we do agree on some things. All right.
Listen, Willie, I think you're hilarious personally, and I love the fact that you just go tete-a-tete. I have no problem with you. It's just funny.
I try.
when I was saying trust fund baby as being immoral, let me. You're taking that personal. What I'm saying to you is that somebody. My point was because you have money does not make you automatically a hard worker. You're not necessarily moral because you're a trust fund, but when someone has money, you can't look at them and say, "Oh, you worked hard." I wasn't a trust fund baby. When I was in flight school, it was nothing but a bunch of rich kids. Um, I wouldn't have gone to flight school. It would have been that much difficult for me to go to flight school had not my dad been a doctor.
That's
And
true.
I'm saying to you is I see people who want to be pilots and they can't because they can't afford it.
Yep.
I'd
Now,
love to
I
be an
don't have.
astronaut.
Well,
I can't afford it.
Bob, what other avenues can they explore to become a pilot?
And your dad worked hard. Somebody worked hard. Look, your dad became a doctor and provided you the opportunity to do what you wanted in life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. But I was just asking, Bob, what other avenues can they explore to become a pilot?
Oh, they can explore. Well, they can explore any number of things, but you start getting to the point where you get
have
age
to pay
restricted.
for a pilot's license.
Well, I'm saying, okay, how old are these people on average that you are speaking about?
Flight school people?
Yeah, the ones that you say can't afford it. You know, just I'm speaking in generalities here. Who are you speaking about, and how old are they?
Early 20s.
Okay, now someone in their early 20s. What avenue? I'm thinking of a specific avenue here. There's probably about 4 of them that they can take, and they have a shot at getting their pilot's license. They may not fly what they want to fly, but they can get that pilot's license. Where can they go?
Okay, I get it, Blacks. They can go to the military. They can probably.
They sure the hell can.
Okay.
They sure can. And it's the greatest means to bridge wealth gaps there is in the world right now since its inception. It sure is to join the military. And all I'm telling you is,
I think stealing is.
Oh my God. I'm not saying that it's easier.
I really want to.
I'm not saying it's easier, Bob.
And then I'll drop. This is just the same comment so that Aztec can understand what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
For example, you're talking micro. The macro of it, and this is where things change because a lot of the different things we say are good for micro and how it operates doesn't quite add up macro. So specifically for your example, you're doing good. But Americans, specifically me, I pay for your defense under the U.S. nuclear umbrella.
Huh?
So you're not putting the full. I'm talking a micro level. I mean a macro level. On a micro level, you're right. Your individual thing, it got you that cool. But on a macro level, Australia is by no means operating on we're doing all of this on our own and working free will, this, that, and the other. I'm footing a lot of Australia's bill right now. That's all I'm saying is that micro and macro are 2 separate types of economics. And what's happening is everybody's mentioning a micro example and saying, therefore, on a whole as an aggregate, this is what needs to happen. And that's just not how it works, man. It's 2 separate economic disciplines. Yeah. Because you can't afford as a nation for you to say, all right, fuck it, everybody sink or swim. The 80% that don't, I don't care if you die. You won't have a nation.
I'm saying either on a micro or a macro level, the greatest way to close the wealth gap is to steal. Like that's how many of that's how many great people made their fortunes. If you're talking Kennedys and these people, you're talking bum runners and theft and crime. Like, just an opinion. I'm not advocating people go do these things because my morality.
I'm sorry, everybody says. I'm sorry,
my morality
Aztec,
prevents me from doing these things. But I'm just saying.
Is Aztec you from Australia?
Well, Willie, don't go to the grocery store. Just rob the person who's coming out.
That was my example. Just saying that, yeah, but I'm still paying Australia's bill. And so on that micro level where you're saying, oh, I don't need anybody, I can do it all alone, that works on micro. But on macro, it's a whole different ball game because the U.S. is really paying for China not to invade. You know, we're containing a lot of shit, and that comes out of my taxes. There's no way y'all could afford to protect yourselves without American taxes.
Willie, don't grow your own food. Just rob the grocery store. That's efficient. As I hear what you say, go ahead, Ass. You reply to what Dave he addressed you. Go ahead, Ass.
I don't have a reply today. We were never talking about. We were talking about employees and corporations and the morality of employees and how they're treated by the corporations they work for. I don't understand where Dave's going with the whole tax thing.
Just
Dave, for the record, Australia is more than like 50% Chinese, so and definitely more than 50% Chinese owned. So I'm not sure what you mean they're depending this from China, but anyway.
I can remember during the COVID, well, I can't even say that, during the virus, how people would go into Costco and come out and somebody would come out and rob them. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go. I'll stop. Oh, Willie, you're just making me laugh at that.
Now, is it amoral if they have a child at home that needs to eat and there's nothing left on the cupboards are bare? Like, somebody got to give it up. Is that amoral at that point? I mean, just like corporations can do certain things that aren't the best for the environment, for the company, for their own employees, let alone the population. Hey, listen, buddy, my morality says you got to give up everything in that shopping cart right now. Lay down.
When my company got the airline bailouts during during the virus, part of me was thinking, you know what's messed up? This money is coming from the taxpayer and it's going to me. You know, I mean, the airlines called up and said, we need this many billion, and they got it, and that's how it is. Now, there's somebody out there who had to pay for that shit, but it went to me, so yeah.
Yeah, it's the next 10 generations of Americans. All the children that are going to be born for the next flipping 10, 20 years are going to be paying for it. It's not a lot.
Shit, Mom.
That's a good example. All
Just
right.
rob somebody.
Airlines is a perfect example of the distinction between micro and macroeconomics. Bob, you know this. All them airlines are bankrupt. If it's not for the government, they're all going under. All of them going under. The airlines really ain't even the airlines. They're really
highly subsidized. Highly subsidized.
Highly subsidized. So certain things are. Never mind.
You're a fraud.
No, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about it. But go ahead. I mean, airlines essentially are credit card companies with the airplanes. They make most of the money off credit cards. But go ahead.
What happened with this day, Bob? They said over 4,000 flights delayed across U.S. and
probably because of the shutdown with the.
So they're like people ain't coming to work and shit, or like.
There was supposed to be a general strike going on. I have no idea, but it could be a multitude of things.
I don't know.
Bob knows. Like, what the hell?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the air traffic controllers or what. I didn't hear. You were kind of stopped up before you finished your statement. I don't know what's going on. I mean, but yeah. I mean, why do I get a tax credit because I bought a house? I mean, that tax credit means someone else has to pay. We can go in and out on a whole bunch of things about what's moral and what's not moral. I mean. Why is it when I have a business, I can write off everything in ways that a normal person can't? Is it fair? No. Do I do it? Hell yeah.
That's why I don't give a damn about this left-right shit. I ain't had no all this tax break talk over these goddamn decades. I ain't had no goddamn W-2 tax decrease in my goddamn life. I don't give a damn about either damn thing.
Like, is it fair for me to get audited and then when our president gets asked, he says, I didn't pay the taxes because I'm smart. That's it, because I'm smart.
He used the loopholes.
So that's moral.
That's what Bob's telling you. Bob's
so
saying
in your
that,
definition of moral, that's moral?
I didn't say it's moral. Bob just now said he did it too.
The system is immoral.
You know what I mean? Hey, hold up. Hey, Wall Street. Hey, Willie. Bob's up here talking about this moral shit, and he did the same thing. You see this shit?
You lower my taxes to 15% on my W-2? I'm voting for you. I don't give a damn what you name the damn party.
Well, listen. This is back to Dave's micro thing. On a micro thing, yeah, I'd like to think I'm pretty moral with people, man. You know, I just can't look at a bum and say work hard. But I damn sure if I'm getting a bonus because my company got a tax subsidy, fuck yeah, I'm taking it. And be damned to everyone else I had to pay for it.
As you should. That works
As
in
I
the
should,
scope of
Willie,
my
shit.
morality as well. That works in the
Yeah, but
scope of my
it's-
morality.
Shit changed, man. I'm telling you, man. It's two different economics, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I had kids and they were trust fund kids and had the business and whatnot, man, and they wanted the new car, a new car, as Dave would say. Yeah, fire one of your employees. Shit, man, get that money. But I'd be like, that's fucked up. But shit, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna go call the government and say don't do that.
Now, if the government said, "Look, man, we're gonna fire, we're gonna just tax you bitches because we need a new plane for every senator," that's a different story. You see what I'm saying? You know, there's a difference in these different types of economics, bro. It's little shit, big shit.
What's it called? Situational ethics, Dave, man. I mean,
right.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, we can't do this shit across the nation. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. That's the difference.
If I have a business and I know the guy coming in that's giving me money just robbed the old lady, do I not take his money or?
You definitely.
We all can't do that shit as a nation and say, you know what?
Right, exactly.
I don't give a shit. You know, as long as you didn't rob them 30 minutes ago, we can't do that. We can't do that.
30 minutes ago.
Nation against the nation. Shit. Okay, so here's the critical link of why, regardless if you want to be cutthroat, you really can't. And this is where finance comes in. The rich only generate a certain amount of money relative to, you know, how much they got stockpiled, interest.
Mm-hmm.
The poor go to work and generate a certain amount of money just through cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you can try. There's no way you can replace the cash flow from workers. It's impossible. Yeah. And that's literally holding up all your bank loans, all the prices of your assets, everything that you call money, and what you're differentiating. So it can only go so long, and you're about to figure this shit out.
Yeah, Dave, I think you're kind of getting to the idea too that once the top takes too much money, the bottom gets angry and says, "You know what? Screw the system. There's no way for me to do it. I'm going to get my money."
It doesn't even work like that.
Go ahead.
It really works so the rich need a ton of workers. Okay, so loans are based out when you qualify for a loan, just any personal consumer, it's based on your cash flow. How much do you make every 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's going to dictate, this is how we can afford these loans. So there's always, even more now, there's a disconnect between the value of a stock market and the economy. So this whole, the stock market is going up, economy is good. That's the banks don't even invest that way no more. So what it is that if you don't have people paying the notes on all this shit, all your assets ain't worth shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so the rich don't have enough in monthly interest payments to pay for none of this shit, nowhere near it. So the power of the 1% using 99% of their wealth all together and doing one thing, all united in agreement, is directly proportional to the remaining 99% of the people using just 1% of their wealth consistently, because they just have more numbers, which equals more just monthly payment amounts, dog. The quantity has a whole different quality of its own. Period.
Yeah, quantity is its own quality.
Right.
There's a saying, quantity is its own quality. The Russian military used to say that. We don't have the technology. We'll just build a bunch of shitty stuff. But you know what? It will overwhelm them.
Keep blowing this shit up.
That's right. We'll just overwhelm them with numbers.
Fuck it. You might be shooting cardboard. Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Quantity is its own quality, man.
And that's really the battle. But that's it. I gotta handle business. You know, I just wanted to say that shit.
Always appreciate it, Dave.
Yep.
No, I see that in the chat. Draws, don't do that. Don't give him that. Okay, this guy votes insane. The top wealthy carrying the country big time.
So I think it's a Morehouse thing because I understood nothing of what he said. So I guess
we're educated. I don't know, man. Look, just it's okay to care for the poor. Just try to make sure you're not in that position. I would certainly say that. I got to tell you, though, man, at least from what I see in the States, and believe me, you're talking to someone who can't stand a lot of people. I see people, man, and this is where I get in with people with race. We don't have a race problem in this country. We have a class problem, man.
But
and the lower class is just getting fucked in the ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was about to say, don't you think it's like always been like that throughout history? It's been more of a class problem. There probably was race involved back in the days, but not as much as they say. It's more class, capitalist.
Yeah, I would think it's always been class. I think race was probably more prominent in ways that it wasn't in America. But in the end, I mean, look, if you owned slaves in the South, you didn't have to go to war.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, class always made sure that it reared its head and made sure that they were at the top. I mean, for all the talk of Southern pride wasn't for if you're a slave owner, you were too rich to go to war. Nothing's new under the sun. Nothing's new under the sun.
I think that's just natural, though. It's not like it's set that way or arranged that way. It's not like there's some sort of conspiracy for classism to exist. I mean, if you're the son of a wealthy farmer and there's other farmers with daughters, I mean, that's who you're going to marry. You know, you're not going to go and marry the daughter of the chimney sweep and the local brothel madam. You know, like it's.
Well, no, nowadays it's different nowadays. And she fine enough, I guess they'll marry her.
No, I hear you say like different classes stay with different classes. Like fat people marry each other.
Yeah.
Is that true in Australia too? Fat people marry each other?
Well, I can tell you now, I wouldn't have let my stepdaughters go and marry some broke-ass family. You know what I mean? Like, what would be the point? You know, I mean, I would have failed as a parent if I let them go and marry into some broke-ass family just because they were in It's crazy.
Well, when I say it was more of the men not carrying than the women. But yeah, you're right.
Wait, what's that? 84? Say it again. I missed.
I said what he said. It wasn't more of it. What I was talking about, it was more of the men, not the women. Like your daughters, of course, you're not going to tell your daughters, yeah, just go out and. But for men nowadays, I guess it's just like they just want some pussy. Now they'll say so. They just.
Hey, but real talk though, I do wonder that. Am I the only one that wonders how fat people do it?
I've always wondered that.
Okay.
I had this. I knew this dude that he's probably like 5'8", 5'9", muscular little dude, right? And his brother, he showed me his picture of his brother. His brother that now maybe he was joking about what he told me after this. His brother was probably about like my height, but a little skinnier than me, right? He said he liked the big women. He liked them big. He said he walked into the house one day.
No.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Yeah, I guess he walked into the house one day and the dude had the girl's fat propped up with a 2x4 while he was fucking.
That's bullshit. I'm not believing it.
This is what he said about his own brother now. Now, I'm not saying it's true now, but he said that about his brother.
He made a contraption so that he could hit.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
All that belly fat in the way.
How else would you do it? I mean, how do you contort that much body mass? Like to even make it possible? I couldn't even imagine.
look, we're all men here. Look, especially when we're young, we'll figure out a way to make it work. But my God, I never thought about pulling out pulling out pieces of wood to move shit around.
Had to move
I
it
mean,
around. Had to get
All
in the
right,
right
Sky, thanks
position.
for having me up. Good talking to you, Bob. I've got to jump down and
as
start.
always, a pleasure. We'll see you, man.
Do you think it causes a fire, Bob? Like will the friction?
Is it? Is it?
Well, nah, can't be because they have to move fast enough for the friction to be. So
Well, if you're a young guy, man, if you're a young guy, I mean, young guys don't really have. I mean, you know, I mean, they have stamina, but they don't have the ability to hold on. I mean, you know, if you're jackhammer, you know, bam, 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 that heat could build up
now
when you're young.
we're talking about big guys, big girls. Talking about biggins. We ain't talking about no young,
If you're if
in
you're if
shape
you
guy that can pound like that. You know what I mean? We talking about a biggin.
if you have a big woman and you are a small, skinny young guy, you are still working hard. Now,
Yeah,
I,
you're lifting weights at the same time.
right, but
Shit,
I don't think
doing
your
two birds,
pullout
one
game is.
stone.
But when you're young, you don't have any pullout game. Not really. I mean, you're so enamored by the act that um, you're not going to just stop. So I could see him jackhammering pretty hard in the fire starting. But you really he really said he walked in.
That's what he
Okay,
said. Whether he's telling the truth or not, I don't know. But that's what he
okay.
said. He said he walked in, and I guess the way he had I don't even by that time you don't even know if it's front or back, but you know what I'm saying? There's a 2x4 holding the fat up. We're gonna get struck. You hear me? We're gonna get in trouble.
This is dirty. This is dirty
And
ball.
we're over here talking bad about people and shit.
This is dirty ball, man. This is dirty ball. Oh, you put yourself up again. Okay. Man, y'all, it's me and my lady. We've been together for 3 years today, man. I love that woman very much. Shout out to Mrs. Bob. So
The anniversary.
yeah, I gotta work tonight, so we're gonna run here and get some dinner and um reminisce and whatnot. She's so good, man. You got a good one too, 84. So
Yeah.
um that's really special. But CT didn't come on today. That's why I came on, and 84 is coming up. 84, I don't know how long you're going to take it. I just put Loitering on here just to see who would come up. We actually had a good show up and got up to what, 44, 45 people. Like, share, subscribe, imbibe, survive, prescribe, all that stuff. Cash apps are always welcome. Guys, we are going to do some more stuff here. Memberships will become more and more crucial. We would like to move to a membership show, and we can get away with more stuff. But yeah, we're making moves and doing our thing. So please become a member if you can. Definitely just subscribe so we can get our numbers up. We hit 1,000, we can start getting commercials and get these guys paid some more. 84, some more stuff should be coming pretty soon. Art, if you're watching, I'm sure you'll see that as well. And yeah, we'll just
Okay.
do what we can. So
Yeah, y'all go ahead and put that subscription in because we gonna, like I said, we're gonna be doing members only shows, and we're gonna be doing giveaways on them days. I don't know
84,
when we're gonna start, but we're gonna start.
I don't
What's
know.
up?
You don't have to hold on. You can close it out, man. I gotta run. 84, you got the show, Wolf, you got the chat. Uh the 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 StreamYard is pinned at the top, so feel free to come in. And yeah, I'm out. I'll see y'all tonight.
All right, Bob. Yeah, I'm here by myself now. See what we can talk about. I'm just chilling. I might end it here in a minute and start doing at 6:30. Well, come up here, Naezus. Talking about this babble. Yeah, drop the link or the link's pinned. Link's pinned already. If y'all want to come up here, what's up, Hater Seth? Damn, I ran Bob off because I called him black. Oh man, why you do that? Why you do that? That's crazy. You had to run Bob off like that. You know what I mean? You and word yesterday started today. Started earlier today. Oh yeah, Hater said, CT didn't go on. Bob started the show. You know what I mean? I came in. Trying to smoke something right quick before I go back inside. I just got Carl said he just got home from work. No, that's right. You have a good day at work, man. Let me know if y'all had a good day at work. I don't know if Bob well, I think he did, but you know what I'm saying? We got Con in the building, Wolfpack, Naezus, Hater Cell. Who else is here? Who else we got in here? We got Elmo, Samuel. What's good with y'all, man? How's y'all doing? How y'all day? Let me know how y'all day been. Kev, what's up, Kev? Kev, who you got winning the no limit or cash money? Oh, that when is that? Tonight? When does that versus? Shit, I don't know. Maybe cash. I think Cash Money gonna win. Yeah, they're kind of more harder at that time. I think Cash Money gonna win. Let's see. We're gonna see what's up. I think just Wayne himself is gonna kill. He can kill the whole Cash Money or the whole No Limit if you ask me. Maybe I'm tripping. They said, what they made said what? They want some bussy soup. They said, what you talking about bussy soup? Well, Kyle said he had a long day, man. Man, well, shit, man. I hope you. Let me know, man. What's up? Hopefully here this week. Probably not this week. Probably not this week, but maybe next week. It depends. Depends. Saying probably try to do a street interview. Not a street interview, but go on the street and do a live while I'm out there. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but oh yeah, man, I forgot about that, man. Appreciate you, Wolfpack. Here you go. Look, listen, if y'all want to join, we're gonna have a logo contest. We're gonna have a logo contest. You know, the best person wins. We're gonna have a prize. We don't know the prize, but I think it's gonna be worth it. You know, it's gonna be worth the little the time that y'all spend on it. We're gonna do a giveaway for the best logo. So if y'all want to participate, go to bobmediaservices at gmail.com and y'all can be able to participate in that. I said I got no limit. I think a lot of people forget how many good songs No Limit had. No Limit was good, but just with Lil Wayne, shit, I think Lil Wayne got it. When I get inside, I'm gonna play a clip. I'm gonna play a clip, man. This is a crazy ass clip that I seen earlier. Uh, no, it's about uh Chick-fil-A. So I guess some officers went into Chick-fil-A, and there's some white officers, some black officers, and the white officer, you know, Chick-fil-A, I guess, gives out free food to the officers, and they gave all the white officers free meals and whatever the hell they're getting, and they made the black officer pay. But I'm gonna play that. That's kind of crazy. Um, hey, you see about that Luigi Mangione? He's not getting the terrorist. He's not getting the terrorist charges. He's getting the terrorist charges dropped. So we'll see what they give him. Man, you know they basically talking about he can get 25 years to life. They shouldn't even be 25 years. Shouldn't even be talked about. They should be. It should be life or the death penalty. That's what it should be. So here said I saw that. It said Wolfpack said he got to run. Yeah, man, y'all go to these shows, man. This right now we're live streaming on both of the channels. Uh, the Gospel of Bob and Bob Skywalker are the Gospel of Bob right now. Y'all go like, share, and subscribe on both of the channels. Not only that, go over there to go over there to y'all go over there to the Rumble and y'all subscribe over there at Rumble. Let me give him a minute. I just not seeing something. I'm here, y'all. I'm not going nowhere. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Right? Yeah, yeah, y'all go over there. All these other channels that we got: Rumble, Bob Skywalker, all Gospel Bob. Go over to Instagram. Go over to X. On X and Instagram is Gospel Bob 84. Y'all go over there. Y'all you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know that. I seen that CT is live streaming in Times Square right now. I see that. Like, share, and subscribe. There, y'all get the likes up. Y'all share every video, subscribe. When I get inside, I'm gonna play a couple of videos. You know what I mean? Maybe we could talk about something. I played the video of I got a video of a little more in depth of the CT is very close to your job. Why don't you go out there and see him, Nate? Go out there and get on camera with him. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody might leave and go over there to see CT. Hey man, I might end the stream and come back later. I don't know why. We come back at 6:30. So maybe I get off at 6:30. Shit, he might be gone by then. You got an hour? He might still be there. Go see what's up with CT. You know what I'm saying? CT done with the New York last night. I know that's right. I guess it ain't long to get there. From Ohio to New York, it ain't that long, is it? I don't know. I don't know the distance. Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't. Yeah, they might want to go over there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start going out in the city more often. Even I don't know, maybe go do talk to people. Maybe just go and just do a live while I'm out there. You know what I mean? He's gonna see how shitty it is here. Shit, he likes it there. Shit, he says it's one of the best cities in the world. Shit, I don't think so. Y'all big, no, but I'm saying shit. Y'all shitty ass. That's a shitty ass place to be at. New York, Naezus. Go ahead and meet up with CT. Wonder what he's gonna do. Wonder if he's gonna go out there and do some interviews, or he might meet up with what's the name out there. Isn't what's the name out there? That's probably what he was doing. Probably meeting up with John Galt. Or isn't John Galt? Was John Galt there or is he in DC? So he said he's with his wife. They should link up. Oh, CT's with his wife? Yeah. Oh, okay. Shit, everybody done left here and went to CT. That's all right. We'll chill here for a little bit longer. Might end it and come back later at 6:30 later on. We had a good conversation up here earlier. That's conversations we need to have more often. You know what I think I might just do? I might go ahead and end the stream and come back at. Damn, what the hell is that going on over there? I ain't never seen that. James Kill. Who's James Kill? How you doing? Those are like a little fountain in the middle of the thing over here. But yeah, man, know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start going out of the I'm gonna start going out in the city more often. Here soon. No. Walk upon people, we do some things, you know what I mean? See what we can see if we can handle some see if we can do some good things out here. We'll probably do some giveaway on the streets, some street giveaways, just like what we're gonna do up here. You know what I mean? Out there we'll be able to do cash or whatever, but at least here we'll be able to do the gift cards. But yeah. Man, check this out. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna start another one here at 6:30. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe. And hit that notification button so when we go live you can come back. But I'm gonna go handle some business, do a little things, and I'll be back in about an hour, all right? Appreciate y'all for coming through, and I'll see y'all here in a little bit, okay? Y'all peace out.
Welcome to the Gospel of Bob. Three wise fools on a cracked old mic, dropping advice like dark humor rolls like a midnight train, laughing through your heartache, twisting your pain. One says, boy, just leave her be. Another chimes in, charge her a fee. Third one sip says, here's the key. Life's a joke, punchlines free. 3 men, 1 mic, 1 goal. Turn your mess into solid gold. They'll roast you raw, but you feel whole. 3 wise fools, got a heart and a soul. Emails rolling, tales of despair. Should I quit my job? Should I cut my hair? They lean back, smirk, life ain't fair, but they spit that truth with southern flair. One says move, don't stay in the rut. Second says man, just trust your gut. Third cracks wise by it, don't not. Sweet fixes always shut things up. They laugh, they jab, they keep it real. Every wound they poke starts to heal. Just leave her be. Another chimes in, charge her a fee. Third one sip says, here's the key. Life's a joke, punchlines free. 3 men, 1 mic, 1 goal. Turn your mess into solid gold. They'll roast you raw, but you feel whole. 3 wise fools, got a heart and a soul. Rolling, tales of despair. Should I quit my job? Should I cut my hair? They lean back, smirk, life ain't fair, but they spit that truth with southern flair. One says move, don't stay in the rut. Second says man, just trust your gut. Third cracks rise by it, don't not. Sweet fixes always shut things up. They laugh, they jab, they keep it real. Every wound they poke starts to heal.